All right. So let me just go ahead and interface. All right. So let me just go ahead and interface. Okay, so we're just waiting for Brian, Noemi, and Hector to join us. Hey, Hector.
Hello.
Hello, Hector. Oh, you got the t-shirt. Very nice.
Good morning.
What does it say on your t-shirt? What does it say? Miss Universe?
Miss
Beautifully
Universe.
confident.
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Love it.
I love it. I'm not sure if Peter can join us today because he sent me a message. He said he might be flying to Sydney, so I'm not sure. So hopefully his flight was canceled so he can join us.
Very evil.
And then I also invite, and Gaspar, by the way, also wanted to join us.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, here we go.
Mr.
Hello,
Universe.
Here's the one and only
Hello.
Brian Javier.
How are you guys? It's too bright. I'm trying to fix it. Hopefully that works better.
Oh, you look good.
All look stunning. George,
Yes,
I love your
outfit.
background.
Well, we'll be talking about this background very soon. There's a reason I have it.
Ooh.
All right, so we're just waiting for Gaspar. Hopefully he'll join. Peter, hopefully he'll be able to join. And who else? Noemi, we're waiting for Noemi to join. All right, so right now we have 6 people watching the show. Hello, 6 people watching the chat. Thank you all for patronizing this channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so right now. All right, our goal is to reach 7,000 by the end of the month. My birthday is in January 31st. I want everybody to give me a birthday present by subscribing to my channel, okay? Brian, are you wearing real
Oh,
fur?
Peter's waiting to be let in.
Yeah.
It's
What?
not fur. It's
Waiting.
not fur.
Oh, okay, hold on. Admit all. That's what I said. Admit all. Okay, so Noemi is joining us and Peter is joining us. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're about to log on. All right, so yeah, Gaspar, wake up. Peter just texted in the chat, says, Gaspar, wake up. Gaspar is in Houston, Texas. It's what, 8 o'clock in the evening there? So Gaspar, please join us. Everybody wants to hear your opinion because you're the only one who did not put the Philippines to the top 16 list.
Oh.
So they want to know why, and they want to congratulate you as well. You're right, Peter. Gaspar. Woohoo! All right, so where's Peter? Hi,
Hello.
Noemi.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, so we're
Noemi,
all
I
in
like your
Where's
house.
Peter, darling.
Right? See?
Oh,
Beautiful.
look at that. I love it. Is that in Mar-a-Lago?
Yeah.
Brian, you fix your screen. You're like,
I know. I don't know what I
sideways.
did. Hold on. I'm going to try it again.
Brian likes it sideways.
Get a laptop for people, Pete's sake.
Oh, wait.
No, I'm using my phone.
So we're all in different time zones. I'm in Boston. It's about 9:03 Saturday evening. Sabrina, where are you? And what time is it there now?
Singapore. I'm in Singapore and it's a Sunday morning at 10 a.m.
10 a.m. George?
I'm in Bangkok. It's 9 a.m. in the morning. I think I'm the earliest here, right?
Hector?
10 p.m. San Juan de Puerto Rico.
Okay. And Peter?
1 p.m. in Tasmania. I'm right smack in the middle, just like my political views.
And Noemi, darling?
6:04 in the afternoon, Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right.
Oh, I love it.
Great.
So Peter, you were not going to make it, right? You were supposed to take a flight to Sydney. What happened?
Yeah, and look, it could still happen. So I'm actually on standby. So I've got my phone with me. So if I disappear, you guys will understand.
Got it.
Mhm.
All right. Got it. All right. So everybody's saying hello. Hello to everybody. Well, where's Noemi? Well, she just showed up. So she's right here. Hola, papi, Brian Javier. ¿Qué tal?
Is it working now?
It's working, but you're still sideways.
I don't know what the hell I did.
Damn it. Get a laptop
tell
for
you.
Pete's sake.
I was gonna use a laptop, but it's dead. I've been using that laptop way too much last week.
It's okay, I'll
Nudge
just kinda
me
watch it
Napa
like
says,
this.
Peter Darling says, hello, Peter Darling. It's good to see you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nudge me, for watching us. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
So, who's missing? I think, well, Gaspar, I don't know if you got the message. So hopefully he'll show up later. So for the time being, I'd like to ask everybody's opinion. Well, not opinion, not yet. We have Brian and Noemi. They actually attended the Miss Universe pageant in New Orleans. Okay. Did you guys even meet each other in person?
Of course we did.
You did?
Yeah.
Because we were waiting for selfies of two of you
Oh, we
together.
couldn't do
The
the
setting
selfie
wasn't
where
a good idea.
Exactly.
It wasn't a good idea? What do you mean?
Let's not talk about that.
Exactly.
Ooh, I'll be messaging you
Spill the
shortly.
tea.
It'll be a private message. I'm gonna slide into your DM.
I know, right? So Hector and I were discussing the possibility of traveling together to Vietnam in October for Miss Grand International. So the plan is Hector is going to fly to Boston, and he and I will travel together from Boston to Vietnam. So who else is thinking of going to Vietnam? Peter.
Sabrina,
Brian.
I will see you there.
Sabrina,
Yes.
go.
I would try to be there. It's in
What do you mean you
October, should be fine.
Make
I
a
will.
commitment. I mean,
I
Singapore
will.
is not too far from Vietnam, right?
Vietnam.
3 hours or
Mhm.
something by plane, direct.
I think it's just a very short trip. Should
Yeah.
be fine.
Very short trip, and I'm sure George, darling,
George,
will go.
we'll go. Come
Yes, I would
on.
love to go. I'm a big Miss Grand fan, so I would love to see it in person.
I'm an even bigger Miss Grand fan now after Miss Universe.
Ooh, shade.
Your dad, Khun Anne.
What? Me, Shade, and no.
Hello, universe.
No way.
Oh,
Are you
Well,
ready?
yes. Anyway, yes. So
That's
I
funny.
think it'd be an amazing opportunity for all of us to go. It's a once in a lifetime event, and we may never. It's a great chance for all of the group to meet together, to just have a good time. Okay, so
Agreed.
you know what I mean? Because I think again, pageants are in Asia now. They're not outside of Asia. They're now in Asia. Miss Grand, Miss Thailand. Miss Universe, of course, Miss International. Miss World, I believe, is going to be held in Dubai.
Yes.
That's what I read. The United Arab Emirates in May this year. So it's going to be a very, very late edition. One Miss World contestant had a terrible car accident last night. Miss
Well,
World.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was hospitalized. She suffered from a bone fracture, I believe. So hopefully she'll recover, and I think she will. So other than that, what else is happening around the world, in the world of pageantry? Anything interesting?
Well, Miss America has a new owner.
Miss America, is she the
What?
new, or is she just one of the members of the executive board?
No, she's the owner.
She's the owner? Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her name is Robin Fleming, for those of you who do not know her.
What?
Robin Fleming is
What?
she used to run,
Yes.
she used to be the
What?
executive director of Miss Florida
La
USA.
casa hermosa. Oh my God. Nice.
She used to
Yes.
run, she used to run Miss Florida USA, and she started following me. So maybe she wants to be interviewed by me. So I'm going to go and reach out to her. So because I have some questions about the restructured Miss America. system. I hope they bring back the swimsuit. If not, actually, no, not the swimsuit, right? They're bringing back, they're adding the athletic wear,
Sportswear.
sportswear. I think which is better than nothing,
Mhm.
But I think that's a good idea. I think they should they should cut down on the talent part because
Yeah,
I'm not really interested in
get bored,
it's really boring. It's really boring,
Right. especially when they don't have talent.
True that.
We are coming in guns firing. Yes.
True that. That's so true. Yes, exactly. So hopefully under Robin's directorship, Miss America will have a total overhaul as far as production goes, presentation, and the selection of the contestants. Let's, I'm sick and tired of watching. I know it's not a beauty pageant, but come on, once in a while, please crown somebody who's actually gorgeous and stunning. Somebody who can turn heads, somebody who walks into the room, everybody looks up and who the hell is that Amazon? You know what I mean? No more.
And look, you know what? We all have our opinions, but I think we're all kind of like waiting to, because Brian, you had said that you have a lot of things to say. I am looking forward to hear what you have to say.
Yes,
Noemi, you were
please.
there. I would
Same
love
here.
to hear your feedback and your opinions on it. I have my opinions and all that, but I would love to hear yours.
But
Okay.
first of all, we need to congratulate Brian Javier for the best,
Yeah.
Correct.
best
Correct.
coverage of this universe.
Absolutely.
Excuse me, wannabe bloggers, you need to learn from this man, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Next.
I agree.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
You
it.
did amazing, Brian.
Yes.
Yep.
I appreciate it, especially coming from you guys. It means the world to me, or the universe. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it when I look back now.
That's worth. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, guys, if you haven't followed Brian, please follow him on his channel, Brian Javier or Brian Javier
Please.
on YouTube. Your number of subscribers exponentially grew from like 3,000 to almost 10,000.
Yeah, I
Wow.
remember last year for Miss Universe, I had 30,000, got deleted. So I basically just started all again. I was actually really disheartened and I didn't want to do it again. Thanks to the motivation that I got from people, from my boyfriend, I was able to like muster up the energy to try again. And so almost a 10K again, which is very, very exciting for me. So yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, just head on over there.
Yes, please subscribe to mine. And by the way, tonight, Critical Beauty Salon is launching its super chat. So if you guys want your comment highlighted or, declared in live telecast, please be generous and donate as much as you can. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Support content.
Support digital creators like us. All right. So as I said earlier, Noemi and Brian were the only two ones in our group who went to New Orleans and actually witnessed the pageant from the ground. And who would like to go first? Boy, girl.
Well, I guess I'll go first.
Boy, girl.
Go first. You were there.
I'll
the
go first since
longest.
I was
All right,
there since day one.
Let's go with Brian first. Let's go with Brian first. Go.
Yeah, got there practically day one. The first contestant I saw was Haiti, which was kind of, looking back now, it's kind of like weird because it's the first contestant that I saw, and she actually made it. So she should appreciate me for laying my eye on her. I'm joking. And yeah, it was super exciting. We waited in the airport for a very long time to try to see girls. Not very organized from what I could tell. Even the Miss Universe staff was there just waiting. There was I don't think it's their fault. It was just like a lot of delayed flights. It was that whole week where in the US there was like a bunch of problems with the flights and everything, even with like digital stuff on airplanes and stuff. So it was a task. It was a task definitely being there, but it was fun. It was really fun. And if you guys have any questions, I'm open to anything you want to
Yes, if
know
you guys
about.
have any questions for Brian, please write them down in the chat box and I'll be more than happy to read them.
My question is, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Where's the tea? Come on, spill.
Yeah, you mentioned about the tea. Where's the tea? We all want to drink tea.
Yeah. Thanks for the lead up, but come on out. Let's get the steak out.
Somebody
For
saying Miss
now-
Universe is rigged.
No, up to I will go in order from like what Rafa has in mind, but for now there's no tea. At least in that first part, there wasn't any tea. Yeah, it was just a little chaotic and unorganized, and girls were just like waiting at the airport for a very long time to get on the bus. New Orleans, I can talk about the host country or the host city. Terrible. I thought Atlanta was bad. At least I felt a little safer in Atlanta. Yeah, New Orleans probably has like the best, let's say, culture in the U.S. and it's a place where it has most culture and most, I don't know, most flavor. But yeah, it's definitely not a safe place. It doesn't make you feel very safe. So
Not at night.
there was a lot of places where the girls, yeah, definitely not at night. Like Noemi said, I remember thinking to myself, why haven't they taken the girls out to like these places? And then at night I could be like, oh, okay, now I understand why. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I'm
Wow.
sorry.
And the
Before,
service was terrible. Food was terrible, expensive,
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
horrible. Like everyone just
What?
looked miserable in New
Yes.
Orleans.
Yes.
all right. I'm sorry to interrupt, but people are bitching and complaining in the chat box because no proper introduction was done. So I would like to take this opportunity to introduce, or at least have my guests introduce themselves. Let's start with Sabrina. Please introduce yourself and what do you do, etc.
Hi, I'm Sabrina. I'm from Singapore, and I've been a pageant fan like forever. So I'm very glad to be here and meeting all these wonderful people. Yeah,
Hi, Sabrina.
that's it. Hi,
Yeah, I
Brian.
think-
I really enjoyed your YouTube videos. You're very,
Thank
very
you.
good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's wonderful. Hector, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Hector Joaquin Colon Gonzalez from Puerto Rico. And I'm very happy right now in my apartment because outside is a lot of people because we are celebrating right now Fiestas de la Calle San Sebastián.
All right. Peter, darling, please introduce yourself.
My name is Peter Sereno. I am the owner of the Pageant Institute, formerly Dear Pageant Girl, and I'm the resident snowflake of this chapter.
Yes. Are you really the resident snowflake?
I'm pretty sure I'm the resident snowflake. Is someone coming after my crown, Rafa, that I don't know about?
No, not that I know of. Noemi, please introduce yourself.
I am Noemi Melendez. I'm the National Director for the Miss Cuba organization. And I've been in pageantry since I was a teen, as a contestant, coach, and now director and pageant fan all my life.
Okay, wonderful. And Brian, go.
Brian Javier. I'm a pageant analyst and YouTuber. I create content for mostly Miss Universe, but I have been a pageant connoisseur since I was maybe 15. It runs in my blood, like a lot of Puerto Ricans. So, yeah.
And George, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Admin George. I am the admin of Pageant Empress. It's a pageant website. I do mostly cover all the Grand Slam pageants, so Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss Grand, Supernational. If I'm missing, then yeah, that one as well. And yeah, I think I'm here because I bring a different flair because I'm more from the younger generation, and I think I'm the voice for all the people, you know, who I on the
love
social
that.
media talking about Miss Universe and all like the relevancy of a beauty pageant. So I'm really excited to share my insights.
Wonderful. Thank you. George, I think I hear a feedback like
I
behind.
think it's a fan.
Oh, is my fan?
Okay.
Like a fan,
Can I turn it
yeah.
off?
Yeah, like it's a fan. That's okay.
Yeah, it's a
By
fan.
the way, Pageant Empress is one of my favorite pageant pages. And George is doing a wonderful job editing his videos
Yes.
and uploading his videos. So follow him on YouTube as well. It's just Pageant Empress. And it's also on Instagram. Brian is
All
also
the
on
social
Instagram.
medias.
Peter is also on Instagram, the Pageant Institute, and also Peter Sereno on Instagram. So follow these people, please. And of course, Hector is what Instagram, your account is Hector.
Yes,
CG.
Hector, yes.
Okay. Well, you don't really put a lot of stuff in your Instagram. It's
No.
It's just nothing but your photos and stuff. Yeah. It's a very
It's just me.
vain.
It's
Really
just
good.
me. It's just me and Khun Anne. Are you ready? She's lovely. She's so lovely. I love her. Honestly, I love her. We need somebody like her, you know, that she loves pageant and she's so nice. I just want to meet her. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to
Crowns-
meet her too.
Yeah, I think we all want to meet her someday, except maybe me. She doesn't want to meet because she blocked me anyway. So
Why?
I don't know. Crown Sisters, Summer is watching. Hi, Crown Sisters.
Hello,
I
Summer.
invited Crown Sisters to join us, but apparently she's very busy. I also invited Roger, the pageant nerd, but Roger told me that
Blocked you too.
he had some sinus surgery last week, and he's still in the process of recovering. So he said that he may not be ready to show up yet. So that's fine. We'll have another one next time. Let me see. Okay, so that was Brian's eyewitness account of what happened on the ground in New Orleans for Miss Universe. Naomi, how about your experience, darling?
I think it's basically the same as Brian in the regards to the city. I think this is the second time I've been to Orleans. So the first time, I feel it's a lot of hype for what it is. This city, I don't know if it was prepared for this event, because they were preparing for Mardi Gras that is coming, I think, in 2 weeks or something like that. So I think that all their energies were for Mardi Gras instead of Miss Universe. Not very many establishments that were there for tourists were promoting Miss Universe. They knew that the pageant was going to be held there, but there was no publicity anywhere. I was very disappointed with the food, overpriced, the roads, craters, worse than, I mean, oh my God, you can't even drive there. The
Worse
driving
than
is horrible.
Vegas.
No, Vegas is honey, the roads in Vegas are amazing
I
compared
know,
to
compared to that, yeah.
compared to that. It's like craters, like literally. So I was disappointed. The day of the pageant, let me tell you, I was there at 6 o'clock and the line literally went around the convention center. No joke. 6 o'clock, 6:30, I was still on the line. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to see the opening because we were still in the line.
Yeah.
Suddenly they opened up all the doors because the show had to start. So everybody was pushing everybody. I got to the front door because they pushed me. I didn't even, like, I floated to the front.
Who pushed you? Which nationality people pushed you?
Oh my God, it was a combination. And once we were in, okay, they didn't even check my purse because usually, go through the metal detector and stuff like that. They stopped that. I could have gone in with a bomb and nobody would have noticed.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That bad. They scanned my ticket and then it was like, people get to your seats. We go inside and there's no signs, nobody helping to find where your seat or your section was. And I'm like walking there like, where is my section? There's no signs, no nothing. The signs were like this small.
Little stickers on the chairs.
Anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay, on the chairs. And then there was no sign for the section that you were supposed to be in. So everybody that paid were seated wherever they were able to grab a seat.
Oof. Wow.
Okay. So whoever paid $300 or $200 or whatever, or $75 ended up in the front if they were able to grab a seat. Because literally when they said in 5 minutes the show started, grab a seat, literally you had to grab a seat because we had to get out of the hallways because that's where the girls were going to come down.
That's terrible.
So it was like literally pushing, like it was a mess. a mess. I finally was able to find somebody to help me to walk me to my seat because I had no idea. Like the people that were seated on the seats that I grabbed, because they told us just grab a seat and sit on it.
So there were no ushers?
The ushers were nowhere to be found.
Wow.
They were scared for their life.
It was literally, it would not surprise me. I mean, everybody was running to their seats, just grabbing whatever seat they were able
Saw
to
the
grab.
video.
It was
Unbelievable.
crazy. I've never experienced that. They told me Atlanta was like that, or more or less. But and I've been to quite a few Miss Universes, and this one was the worst organized ever.
Well, it always seems like it's in the US. Every time it's in the US, it's just kind of like chaos.
It's never like that in Vegas. In
It wasn't like, that. It wasn't like that in Doral, Florida.
No, not even in Doral. That it was in a what was it? In a gym.
Yeah.
You know, because that was a gym, literally.
Yes.
It wasn't like that. So it was very, very chaotic. They should have opened up the doors way earlier than they did, because I don't think they were equipped, or they didn't understand the magnitude of the event, because the amount of people that were there. And then once the show started and they announced the top 16 and Thailand didn't place, everybody from Thailand got up and walked away. They left.
I love it. I love Thailand even
left.
more.
They
I
left
love
with
the
their
Thais. I
signs,
love it.
and they were like, I'm out. Peace out. Bye. They didn't
And
even
that-
stay for the show.
Yes.
Nothing. The
Good for
Filipinos
them.
did stay.
Yes.
Well, because they're rooting for Miss USA.
USA, who is now
They
a
ended up rooting
Filipino.
for Miss USA, but they were in shock.
Yeah.
Their faces were
Of
in
course
shock.
they were.
But
Of
I
course
I
they were.
thought Thailand, the attitude of Thailand, that was dumb. I mean, I'm sorry. You don't need to get up and leave. I mean, you flew half the country just to get there.
So even the Thai national director walked out with the group, with the fans.
I
Or
didn't
did she
see
must have
him.
stayed. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't see him, but I saw the group that left, because they all left with their signs and all that, because they were outside with their band and doing their, traditional Thai music and stuff and outside. And then they went inside, and when they called the top 16, they got up. Literally, it was more than like 20 people, and they left. They left.
I love it. That's part of
It
the
was like,
show. I
bye.
love it. It's
So
part of the
were-
drama. It's part
were
of the
you
show.
able
We
to-
live for it?
Were you able to move to a better seat then when they left?
Yeah, I little by little I moved, but
nobody was
regardless,
watching.
since it's not a theater, so everything it's the same level.
Yeah.
Everybody that is in front of you, if they stand up, you can't see. So I was watching the show
terrible.
from
Yeah,
the
on the
screen.
Monitors, yeah.
From the
Speaking of the
monitors,
monitors, I do want to say that, our experience with New Orleans and everything, definitely not what you saw on the telecast. On the telecast, they knew how to sell it. And it made me
yes.
believe like, damn, I want to go to that place, but it was nothing like that. But they did a good job.
They
Right.
did a good job selling it, but it was a clusterfuck there,
Wow.
big time.
Yeah, that's
Big time.
really,
it
that's
was
really
sad.
sad. Yeah.
That was
So-
very sad.
So speaking of security, I know Brian, the last time you spoke about how the security staff treated you like very harshly.
Yeah, it was, every Miss Universe, it's kind of like that. But this year it was a little bit more intense. I got yelled at. I wasn't the only one. Literally for following directions on an email, because I went as media, so I had to pick up my credentials and everything. Literally listened to what the email was instructing us to do and got yelled at by some of the security. Then they apologized, but still uncalled for. It is something that I brought up to the creative director of Miss Universe, and he's aware of that. Says that it's not going to happen again. I hope that's true. But yeah, it was very, I guess they're just not on the same page. So someone thinks that it's some way, but it's actually a different way. And then the other person doesn't know. So it's just kind of like a mess. But yeah, even the last night, I know obviously where the girls are coming in at towards the end. And they obviously do it so, you know, for security, so fans aren't going crazy in the hotel, and to have a seamless, you know, arrival back to their hotel rooms. The last night, that's when I decided that I was going to go to that spot because I wanted to show, you know, my subscribers, my followers, the girls, and I know that we want to see them before the final begins. So that night we're over there standing there, and literally the biggest dick move ever. I'll say it and I'll repeat it again. But one of the security guards, which actually I didn't even notice who he was. I don't think he was like one of the regular ones that like know who I am. He literally shined a flashlight into our camera so we couldn't see the girls. So all you would see was like a glare on the camera, and you guys can go back to the live and see it. But it was just really rude. And then like I literally have contestants sending me videos of like them recording us waiting for them, and it was literally like maybe like 4 or 5 people, and we couldn't really like give them love and support and show the fans, you know, what they wanted to see. And yeah, it kind of sucked. It was a dick move having that light shine into our camera so we couldn't see. But yeah, I even going through all that, I feel like I'm probably one of the people that was able to get most access to the contestants, and it sucks because the pageant community wants to see those things.
Right, exactly. I was going to say you had a chance to interview Tawn Chachavalvong, the new creative director of Miss Universe organization. I saw excerpts of your interview. How is he like in person?
So I said it in front of him, and I'll keep on repeating it. And every time that someone tells me, I'll repeat it. Anne is very much show, and she is a fan. Which is a good thing. She's a fan of Miss Universe. And then you have the opposite side, which is her right hand, which is Tawn. And Tawn is very much elegant, collective, cool and collective, very analytic. Which is a good balance, I think. And I think that the pageant community should be happy that we have such a good combination. A lot of people are just judging based off what they saw this year, but you kind of got to listen to the people that are actually there. And we keep telling you guys, like, this necessarily was not a production by them. This was more of a Miss Universe production, not even a IMG production, not even IMG, just like Miss Universe. The Miss Universe organization was the main producer of this pageant. So don't judge yet, judge next year when they are in full force. But definitely Tawn, what I admired from him, and I repeated it to everyone in my lives, was that he was there not day 1, but maybe like day 3 or 4, and he was there analyzing, asking, talking to national directors, talking to pageant fans, talking to us YouTubers, talking to people from production, from every section of what makes the pageant and makes it Miss Universe. So it really did feel, to me at least, that he was really interested in learning the in and outs and actually understanding everyone's point of view. So I think that should be something that just makes the pageant community feel a little bit more at ease. So I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful.
Did you have a chance to speak with Paula Shugart?
I didn't want to be that person. I had her in front of me.
Why not? I would have.
Why bother?
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and I know she's not going to give me a concrete answer, so I would rather talk with like Tawn.
But why bother though? I mean, Paula says the same shit every year anyway. There's
exactly
nothing new
that's
there.
what I mean. Like, I would
Why
rather
bother?
not waste my energy on it.
I mean, it's like watching paint dry.
But I think
And don't get me
this year
wrong,
was
Paula's
very
great.
very
Paula's great, but-
disorganized.
Well, that's her
Very-
PR thing. That's the image that she wants to go and portray, that she's a great girl, but fucking boring. Jeez. Like, yeah. Like, what is the point?
Yeah. That's why I much more preferred to talk with Tawn, that I could feel that he was engaged and wanted to share stuff and wanted to learn, than talking to Paula, that I know that her answers are going to be very same.
All scripted.
Paula
anyway.
has got
Yeah.
really nothing to say.
Yeah, nothing. It's not going to be anything different, But like I always tell, like in my review, I was telling everyone, and in my lives at Miss Universe, I told everyone, the pageant community has so much power. Anything that you don't like, anything that you want to suggest to them, write to them. At least Paula does answer emails. If you email her in a respectful way, she will
Not to
answer.
me.
No,
She's
not to
not
you,
anymore.
Rafa. No, everyone blocks you, Rafa.
I know.
But yeah, the pageant community has so much power. We are a force of good for Miss Universe. We are
We're transformational leaders.
We're transformational leaders in Miss
are.
Universe. We are what catapult
Except snowflakes.
the image of Miss Universe. So don't just stand around and complain and write it on your story. No, go write a letter. Tell them, Khun Anne looks like she is receptive to change and to thought. So do it. Write to her, write to Tawn, write to Paula, write to the Miss Universe organization. Don't just sit back and stay quiet. Yeah, that was a little vent for me. Yeah.
Hey, Rafa, can you CC us to your email?
About what?
You know, when you write to like Khun Anne and Tawn and all of that stuff, can you get like CC'd in on that, please?
I will probably have to create an entirely new identity.
Probably.
To be able to get to her. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when I start writing to MEO, I'll start identifying as a 13-year-old gay boy. I'm sure there's going to be much more receptive to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this year. Yeah, I think this year being there, there was a lot of miscommunication between both teams. They haven't found that that thing to be in the same page. I felt like they were two bands completely different with different mindsets and different ideas. And you could see that this year, especially if you were there personally. So I think next year will be different. I saw a lot of the old employees back.
Really?
Which I was very surprised.
Like, I know Ross and Agata is still there, right? Ross.
Yes.
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
Larry is back.
Wow. Okay.
Larry had left after the pandemic, and Larry, I saw him there.
What about Meg Omicine, the public relations director?
No,
she's gone, right?
No,
because they hired the brand agency.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the brand agency was also like, my respects to them, because obviously they treated me in a way that I will appreciate forever, and granted me a lot of things that I didn't expect. So my respects to them. But honestly, they did have kind of like, again, a disorganization in them. Not means to offend anyone, but there was media there that we're not what can I say, like part of the pageant community in a way where it makes your brand look good. I'm grateful, obviously, because I'm starting again, and they probably don't know me. People in the Miss Universe organization know me, but they don't know me. And I don't think that they really took in consideration who are we giving these media passes to. Like example, there was only like 2 or 3 of us that were there from the first day, and we're actually bringing good quality content that promotes Miss Universe, that promotes the pageant. So if they're there next year, they should probably take that in consideration and not just give press passes willy-nilly. Because no means to, like I said, no means to offend, but I saw a lot of people just doing interviews with girls, and then you would go see them and their views were 50 views, 30 views. And you want to include your media that is going to have a reach and is going to be something positive for your contestants, for your pageant. Exactly. It's going to promote it. I feel successful in a way for that, because I felt like I was able to bring that. But looking from a PR stance and from a production stance, I'm like, yeah, why did we give these people press passes when it didn't bring any value to Miss Universe? So there was a miscommunication and kind of like a disorganization in that as well.
Maybe they're still trying to find their feet, right?
Yeah.
If their background is not in pageantry, they don't know. And this is probably a big learning experience for them. My background is in PR. I've done PR for about 12 years, and I've done brand management. And when it's something like, if you hire a company that really don't have a background in that one, you still need to do your research, and it's a trial and error in the, in that sense. So I think I get that. but to block Rafa. They obviously did their research there.
Do commend them for that. They're doing a great job weeding out the critics and the opponents and the enemies. So that's good.
They probably gave them a block list, and Rafa was the first one on the list.
That's fine. I don't have any problems with that. I wear it with a badge of honor. Thank you.
I love it. Yes,
Which means that you made it. I made
Who
it.
else?
Correct.
Who else is blocked, Rafa? Who else gets the honor of being blacklisted?
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't Missosology blacklisted? Because
Oh,
Missosology did not get
I'm not
were
touching
they?
a press pass.
I'm not touching
Ooh.
that.
But
Yeah.
he did go to the pageant.
Pawee Ventura
Pawee
went
was
there.
there.
He was having a good time. He was carrying 2 flags, one Philippines and one USA. And then he dropped the Philippine flag. as soon as the Philippines did not make it up,
Good job, Pawee. Good job.
started waving the US flag.
From there forward, he was American.
Good
Yeah.
job, Pawee.
Exactly. But Telemundo was there, obviously. So they were doing.
Yes.
Did anybody see the broadcast done by Telemundo? I was going to, but I was warned not to watch it because there was too much chatter going on.
Yeah.
Commenting, in Spanish and whatnot. I mean, they're pretty much, they were dominating the entire pageant rather than allowing the viewers to watch the actual show. So I didn't like that. So I ended up watching Roku, which was delayed by literally 5 minutes. In my area,
okay.
yeah. So which
Right.
is too bad. I'm just reading some of the comments in the chat box. People are saying hello. We have 101 people watching right now. So thank you, people, for watching. Appreciate it. Let me see. One viewer said we had to stand on our seats because the people in front of us were also standing on their seats. Right?
It's true.
How
It's
rude. That's why you needed security staff people to stop, to tell people like that to sit down so other people behind you can watch. It's just not fair because you guys paid good money to buy the tickets and whatnot. But
Exactly.
then only to be blocked, your view only to be blocked by these stupid, uneducated morons waving big flags and big signs. I don't like that. It's so ghetto. It's so trashy. So that was a good one. Somebody was going to say something, Brian?
No, I was just, the stage was super small and there was a lot of seats. This year they really did a lot of seats. So that kind of played in, not in favor of you being able to see. Because even me, I paid a decent amount for my seats and I couldn't see very well. So I had to stand up. When people would stand up, there would be no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the opening number sort of reminded me of Miss Universe 1993 when it took place in Mexico. When all the contestants arrived, they walked into the venue from the lobby in the back.
That was fun.
They marched towards the stage and they were dancing in their national costumes. I thought they did the same thing this year, although they were wearing costumes. But I thought the stage was kind of so-so. It was big enough to accommodate 84, 85 contestants. And I love the fact that they had all these people on stilts wearing costumes, really emphasizing the Mardi Gras, the carnival motif.
It felt like a party at the start.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, so that was great. But then again, the camera would focus on some people, nicely dressed, but they didn't show any reaction. They were like what is going on?
That's because the music sucked.
No, in the beginning, there was this Asian girl sitting right next to Olivia Culpo. Remember in the beginning when Big Freedia was singing?
She was
Did you see that Asian girl? She was so stoic on her face. She didn't smile.
That's
Girl,
an Asian
you're
thing,
sitting
though.
right next to Olivia Culpo, and Big Frida is right behind. It's right in front of you. Do something.
I love him.
Show some
I love
emotion.
him.
Show that you're really enjoying the show. None of that stuff.
Yeah, you know what? It was nice, the concept of them coming in from the crowd and all that. And yes, it is very Mexico in 1993, but the music sucked. I kind of miss the years when we had anthems, like 1993, Viva la Noche. It was great.
Right.
We still remember it. We still listen to the song. That song comes on and it takes us back. Or, in Philippines, 94, Mabuhay. And, we hear that when they had it in
Every
Thailand,
year had a theme song,
it's like every year they the music is just not to
Bring
par.
back the production from the 80s and the 90s.
Yes, like Singapore in 87. Let's go.
It's 87 too. Yeah, that was
Yes.
80s.
Yeah.
All the wonderful, all the real good Broadway musical elements of the show.
And look, we're
Yeah.
probably going to be criticized by the younger generation. It's like, oh, look at all these oldies, just thinking about all the old days and da da da. But you know what? Do your research, watch the old pageants, and then you will see what we are talking about and why we're so passionate about pageants and why we're still here. It's because they did something right back in those days, and it really captured and cemented that fan base. So I think before these new generation people say, oh, you know, these oldies need to make way and they're criticizing all the new stuff. Watch the things that we actually love. And I can guarantee you, you will love it too. And you will see why we're so passionate about pageants and why we think it's worth doing a throwback and going back and looking at what worked.
Exactly.
Well, also take a hint from like Miss Grand. They pick
Miss
amazing
Grand.
music,
Mhm.
like amazing music. The music is always perfect.
On point.
On point. Yep. The
Yeah,
production.
can I just say
everything.
the music for this year just sucked.
No, it's
Yeah.
well, it's
It wasn't
wait.
terrible.
It's a good music. It's
Yeah,
a good
it's
music. It's
decent.
not a music that we are
Accustomed
Accustomed.
to.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, who was
Oh,
that
very
girl that
country.
was singing during evening gown? I mean, she was so nasal.
Ooh,
That
Yolanda
would have been a
Adams?
no for
Yeah,
me.
who was, no, not Yolanda Adams. Who was that white girl that was singing? You know,
The
she was
short
Oh,
the
that
one
was
who did a song-
Amanda Shaw. Amanda
Oh
Shaw.
my
Yeah.
God! Look, not my
It's not
thing. She was
catwalk
so
music.
But she was wearing a
nasal.
rainbow dress.
The only
Yeah.
thing, the only music part that I really enjoyed was for the final look.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we
Yeah.
all kind of loved that part. Everyone was singing.
Everybody
Everyone was
loved it.
happy.
Yeah.
That
It was the best
It was
music
Yolanda
part.
Adams singing.
Yeah.
Yolanda Adams brought down
I'm
the
every
house.
woman.
Shaka, yeah, she was
Everybody
singing Shaka
was-
Kels, Yep. I'm every woman. So that was the best one.
That was
Yeah.
the only good choice in terms of music.
And look, you know, Yolanda Adams was from our time and our generation. So
Your
you know.
time, not mine.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Hey,
never.
that's right. Well, we
Never.
paved the way for you bitches.
Never.
But it was
Thank
great
you.
though that they had all these musicians from different generations, which is great, which I like. But I couldn't identify with Tank and the Bongas. I've never heard of these people before, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought like they're like out of place. Like, how did they pick this Tank and the Bangas or whatever? You know, I mean, Big Sam's Funky Nation. I mean, there's an establishment. They've been playing jazz music for decades and stuff. But Tank and the Bangas, like, who the hell is that?
Oh,
You know?
the dude with the
Oh,
flute.
any of you
Hilarious.
Any of you Gen Z people know who Tank? You guys follow Tank the Bangas? Okay,
Look,
because
I don't. I have no idea who they are, but the guy with the flute, I couldn't take my eyes off him. Hilarious. You know, the one with the guy with the pigtails and like the beard and playing the flute. And oh my God, he was the highlight of my night.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
All right, so we like this. The stage is so. I mean, it's not that magnificent, but it was decent. I think it was very decent. So as far as the selection of musicians go, you know, again, diversity. Now let's talk about the selection committee.
Can I start?
Oh,
Seven and a half.
Please.
Seven.
Please,
Seven and a half.
Brian. No, I mean,
Seven and
come
a half
on.
women, 0.1, 0.5 men. How do you even explain that? How do you even explain that?
Anyways, Rafa, I think that I will repeat
She's a
myself
woman,
again.
Rafa.
I hate seeing, first of all, the messages that they said in Noemi, you can tell me if I'm right, but when they were talking about the women empowerment thing and this pageant is for women, run by women, for women, blah, 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 everyone was like this. No one was clapping. Everyone was like, look around.
Same shit again, yeah.
Look around. 95%
Look around, it was
are
all men. All men.
95% of men are the one buying your tickets.
Yeah, correct.
There's men behind every single woman on this stage.
Thank you.
Yep.
Please, we can be feminist.
Most of the
And still
security
be men.
staff
We don't-
are men.
Most of them are men.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense. I hate the message that she did, and that's probably the part that I most did not enjoy was that exclusion and being like women. Yes, I'm for women. I am for women. I was there for these women,
Right.
but it doesn't mean that I'm less of a feminist because I'm a man. Like I can be a feminist and be a man. I'm supporting these women. I'm all for these women. You don't have to exclude me when it is not secret that every single girl on that stage had maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 gay men behind them,
Yeah.
supporting them, helping them,
10
making
like
them be
Celeste.
what they are.
Mhm.
Or 10,
Mhm.
yeah. So
You know,
it
and
makes
having
me
a
really
man
mad.
doing that part.
Correct, Brian. Having a man there does not take away from women.
Exactly.
I
And then
would love to hear,
seeing
yeah.
the judges only be women. Rumors are going around that it's going to change, which thank God. But it makes me kind of mad. Like Big Frida was the only like male representation in that selection committee, and it actually made me a little bit happier because it's like, bro, like you're literally talking about women, about being for women, but then you have Tawn being the right hand man, or the right hand of Anne, and you just have so many people just that are men here. Like, why are we pretending? And here's a little tea. Last year in Israel, in the final night, I was not allowed to sit in the front row because they wanted women in the front row. They didn't want men.
No, what's up with those?
That's
What was up with those
discrimination.
crazy men though? In the in that pit, they were so distracting, right? Remember in Israel when you had a bunch of guys
yeah.
just like waving and acting like
Yeah,
so.
in the
Yeah,
yeah.
that was really disappointing, Brian, that they wouldn't let you sit at the front row. But then all
In
of
the
the people in that
prelims.
pit
In
were
prelims,
guys.
I was sitting in the front row. Did you see me getting up and being crazy and turning around and distracting from the girls? No. But then at the final night, they told us, "Oh yeah, we want women in the front, not men." And it's like, okay, so why are you trying to create this false narrative that women are the ones supporting this pageant? Like, yeah, the women are on stage, the men are in the audience.
How would they know the sex of the person who bought the ticket? I mean, like if you bought a ticket to like a good, seat, like in the center pit.
Well, in that case, it was the fan pit, and they didn't sell those tickets. They gave it out to people that were in Israel.
Got it.
So I think that's why. But it's not a secret that they do that. They want to focus the women in the front rows to show them on camera. But the reality is that 90% of the audience is men.
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
I hope that changes too.
Well, you do realize that the first time they started putting an all-female judging panel was in Thailand, 2018. Remember when Katrina won?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the beginning of
the downward spiral.
A shift towards an all pro-female, pro-feminist shit that's going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say the word SH? Sorry. Yeah, I have to be very careful because I got an email from YouTube saying that they're updating their language community standards.
Yeah.
So in other words, you cannot say all these 4-letter words.
Damn.
F.
Oh, I did it again.
Oh my God, slap you. Otherwise,
oh darn.
Darn, oh fudge, oh fiddlestick, yeah. Use those words.
Fiddlesticks.
They sound better.
No.
The boomer language. Boomers, who fiddlestick, etc. That's wonderful. All right, so somebody's asking, what do you think of from a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the entire show? We're going to talk about the top 16 later on, but overall, from scale of 1 to 10, Sabrina, how would you rate?
5.
A 5?
Wow.
Oh,
I just found it a little like the whole show was like about pro women, like what we were talking about, and then they just missed out the part where in some countries like myself, it's like a family thing to watch Miss Universe. So you watch it, my dad, my grandpa, back when I was growing up. So they kind of missed that, and the production wise, I just found it boring, and the introduction was horrible. The screaming. Are they trying to
like
So
Miss
not
Grand,
necessary.
international?
Like Miss Brands.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the screaming and I don't know, it just threw me off.
Do you remember Albania was the first girl to introduce herself?
Yeah.
Do you remember the way she screamed? It was like blood nearly came out of my ears.
But you guys also have to understand that there's so much emotion, and this is like a culminating moment for them that you can't help but like just kind of forget everything and just go ham when you say your country. It's your proud moment.
Yeah, in there, it's so loud because people are screaming, so they can't hear themselves.
Yeah,
even
someone
if they're
did tell me that.
speaking. Yeah, they can't hear themselves. And you could even see it when they announced the winner, how USA just stood there because she didn't hear it.
She didn't know
because
she
it was
won.
so loud, you know. And so I understand the reason why they're yelling. I mean, you have a microphone, you don't have to yell because hello, you have a microphone. But you know, I think it's just the emotion of the moment as well. You know, it's been a year that they've been preparing, and then they finally, the night is here, and the people are screaming and they're shouting your country, and you're all excited, and it just, you know.
But it became a joke. Like even here in
Correct.
like our papers, like local people who you never expect who watch Miss Universe were doing funny
Correct.
TikTok videos and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what about you, Hector? What do you think of the production scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe a 7. I really like the production. It reminds me Miss USA when Olivia Jordan won Miss USA. It reminds me a little bit.
I thought that year was better than this production.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But
2015 was way better.
I feel like they were very disorganized on the backstage and everything, I know, but it was okay. It was not that good, but it was okay.
Okay. Peter.
I'm with Sabrina. I'm giving it a 5.
5.
As well. I would have rated it higher if it wasn't for 2 things. So the first thing was, of course, the screaming of the women in the competition. I think if you're going to be promoting it as a platform for empowerment, screaming like that doesn't exactly paint an empowered woman. If anything, it possibly perpetuates the stereotype of the hysterical female. So this is something that I was quite concerned about. And the other one was when Khun Anne came out and had her moment, you know, the Asian Oprah, and started to speak about that. And the way that she kind of made it sound as though, you know, it's time, it's right. It's like, this is not hashtag me too. Let's can we just remind ourselves that the brand and the competition after 70 years is where it's at because of men. You know, at no point were the women disadvantaged with the way things have been run in the last 70 years. And if they're talking about no more objectification, we are giving these women a platform for empowerment, I wonder how the previous winners would feel. Do they feel any way less that they won in an era that it was run by men? If anything, these women received their opportunities. The opportunities and doors were open to them because the organization had done such a great job and actually promoted empowerment. So for Khun Anne to come out and make it sound as though I got the feeling that they were victimized, you know, all these years, all these 70 years, and now it's time for a woman to run. Absolutely.
It's a dishonor to the past winners.
Correct. It is a dishonor to the past winners. It's a dishonor to the past organizers who were there and who actually made sure that this pageant existed so that women do have a platform and that they are given opportunities. So I am not a fan of extremism, as you guys know. I will support change. I will absolutely support change, but to go to this extreme, I found it rather tasteless. So those 2 factors really is why I'm scoring at 5.
No, and it makes it
That makes sense.
It makes it seem like the past winners are dumb. They're not pretty. They're not, like, it was just all about looks. They're not
that
smart.
They've been objectified.
Yeah.
And look, you know, of course there is an element of objectification in pageants.
But there is
watch it because-
everywhere.
But you can't avoid
and
that. though. It's
everywhere.
part of the
That's
sport,
life,
it's part of the
right?
game.
That's
You can't
life.
avoid that.
You know, I mean, we respond to what we like to see. And and I feel as though now
We are visual creatures.
Correct.
We want to
You're right.
see
Correct.
beauty.
Absolutely
Okay.
right.
Think
Now
about
I
an
can't help-
interview, a job interview. You're objectified. You could pretend like
Exactly.
you're not, but you are.
Well, now I can't help but feel as though we're going down a direction that it's
Going too
they're
far.
kind of we're going a little too far. They're kind of making it sound, making it something that it's not. A beauty pageant, and I will speak my truth. It's the kind of show where you leave your brains at the door and you just go and watch it and have a good time. If I wanted to be educated, I will go and watch a TED Talk. I'm going to go and watch Discovery Channel. I will watch National Geographic. I watch beauty pageants because I love seeing confident women get it out there on stage, strutting in their swimsuit, looking great in their makeup, looking amazing in their evening gowns. Yes, I love to hear them not sound like an idiot, but I'm not there to learn. I'm there to watch. And it's just like when I watch the Olympics. I don't watch the Olympics to be educated. I watch the Olympics because I want to see who runs the fastest, who swims the fastest. It's when I watch a pageant, I want to see who's the prettiest, who wears the nicest gown. I don't really care what they have to say or what they're like as a person. Do we know what the other queens have been doing over the years? I mean, do we see them standing in front of the United Nations to talk? And if they do I care? No. So that's me.
All right.
I have more to say, but I'll save it for later.
I usually agree with
Yes.
Peter, but I agree with him and I disagree because I feel like I do get inspired when I see that a woman can do this and that and has 3 million different degrees. Like I like that. And I think that it can go hand in hand. It just doesn't have to go so extreme like the direction that it's headed.
Wonderful. Super chat. We're going to discuss this later. Beauty NYC is asking, does USA deserve the title? Why? To me, it
Yes.
was obvious it's her night.
Yes.
I think we all agree that she deserves
Yes.
the title.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I think we all agree
Yes.
that she deserves the title. I mean, in my latest, in my last vlog, I did reveal my top 16, and USA was actually my second runner-up, and then India,
Yeah.
and then Venezuela was my favorite. But then again, you never know what happened. You never know what happens behind the scenes or during the judges' interview. So yeah, USA deserved the title, and again, people are asking, were the results rigged? No.
No, it
No.
was
No.
not.
No.
What
way.
people need to understand about pageants is that this is a job interview.
Yeah.
The organization has every right to choose who they want as a winner. It's not
Mhm.
only about how you compete during the week, it's also what they visualize for that year. At the end of the day, if you guys are right here and you guys are going to work for my company, then maybe I'll say, okay, Rafa, I maybe don't like that you're so controversial, so I'm going to go with Peter. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's the job that you're going to do for my company. So people need to understand that. It's not about rigging. It's not about, oh, they have favoritism. It's about who they want to fit in the job position.
Right.
As simple as that.
Exactly. And I also have the impression that actually USA was a big silent killer, in the sense that she did not really, brandish her weapons, so to speak, until she made the cut. And then from then on, she really fought fiercely for the crown. So I don't think any one of us in this group actually believes that the results were rigged. Thank you, by the way, Beauty NYC. I appreciate that super chat. So Noemi, scale of 1 to 10, production.
I would say a 7. I like the production. I didn't like obviously the disorganization, but the show in general, how it ran seamlessly. So, and I didn't get bored watching the show. It was a lot of things were going on at the same time.
Me neither. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it ran perfectly well. There is room for improvement, obviously. But I think next year, I mean, at the end of this year, keep on saying next year, and it's actually in December. I think El Salvador is going to really, really do an amazing production. I think they're really invested in this. It's a way for them to highlight their country. They've gone through so much. So I was really, really excited and happy when they did announce El Salvador to be the host country, and see that president, giving the announcement that shows that they have 100% backing of the government. So that the next year's show is going to be much more better. I think Anne is going to have more to say and more hands-on in regards to the production for this now in December than this one, because remember, she just came in a few months ago. So everybody is like, oh my God, but Anne did this, Anne did that. But do you not realize that she just started her job like 3 months ago? Literally.
Yes.
So you just have to give her a break.
That's true.
I feel, yeah, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of changes for next year. I think she's going to be much more transparent in regards to the scores. I hear that they're bringing back the fact that they were going to show the scores for, you know, during the pageant, which that's super important. I think that should have never been taken away, because that eliminates a lot of conspiracy theories of, oh, well, she won because of this, or she won, you know,
They're still going to complain.
Yeah, they're
Correct.
always going to
People will
complain.
complain
Right.
all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You
I
can
feel
never-
like
yeah.
it's gonna lessen the complaints. I mean, this year everybody's going after, like, Dominican Republic is saying they should have won. Venezuela says she should have won. You know, Puerto Rico said is, you know, Puerto Rico's mom said
Oh, God.
Stage
we're
mom.
happy with Puerto Rico. We are happy. When she didn't place top 3, it was, yes, it hurt. Okay. But you know what? She placed top 5. So we're
Exactly.
happy. There is no complaint.
We're not
And she
butthurt.
makes history. She makes
And she
history.
made history.
We are,
So-
for the first time, we are 5 contestants.
Yes.
5 consecutive
And
years
finalists.
Puerto Rico has placed. Yeah.
Exactly. So in that sense, great. I think the top 3, and people are complaining about USA. Okay, it had been 10 years since USA had won. Okay.
Mhm.
This is the first time that I've seen a Miss USA come and compete, because a lot of the girls that compete in for USA
They just fly by.
they're just satisfied of being Miss USA, and they're not looking to become Miss Universe, or, you know, they're just content to be Miss USA. I felt like Arbany came in, she
had
was
something to
quiet.
prove.
She had something to prove. She
She
did
proved
prove
it.
it.
Yeah.
And there is no way that you can see that prelim and not say that who won that prelim was USA.
Yes.
Mm.
No,
Agree.
also during the pageant week.
Yeah.
During the pageant week, she was on
Yeah.
point every
On point,
single time.
Everything. Yes.
single
Her
time.
wardrobe. It's the first time that I see a Miss USA on point with wardrobe, makeup, hair, everything. I mean, she came to compete.
And mind you, she did it practically alone.
Exactly. So what
Yes.
what everybody that criticized, you're criticizing because you did not prepare enough. You
Thank you.
realized that she came to play, and she didn't come to play, she came to compete,
Came to slay.
and you couldn't, exactly, and you could not get to her level. So boo-hoo, and we all know who we're talking about.
Yes.
You know, I'm agree 100% with Noemi, and I love the way that because she's 28 and she was first runner-up in Miss Texas, and I love the fact that she's not a pageant patty girl, like Miss Puerto Rico. Sorry, but she is a pageant patty girl. But Arvani, she is not, and every outfit that she bring to the pageant, it was made by her.
Mm-hmm.
No, and in the same way like Miss Venezuela, but Arbany already have a brand, you know, and is, you know, something that when you see all the history of her, you know why she won, you know, you understand why she was the winner. My favorite was Venezuela. Everybody knows, but at the end, she was the best.
She
And
The right
slayed
girl
it.
won. The right girl won.
Slayed it.
All right.
She slayed it.
Any of the top 5 would have been an amazing Miss Universe.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
That
Any
was
of
the,
them.
I
the
agree.
most
Any of them.
competitive
I agree.
top 5. The most
Yes.
competitive top 5.
Before we continue with the results, George, speak up. What do you think of the
So,
production?
if I have-
It's been very quiet.
Honestly, I really didn't like the production because you just saw, right? I just changed the background, but I
Yes,
really
I
missed the
love it.
2000
yeah.
grand production, which actually was not done by the IMG, it was done by the TPN Global, who are the owner of the Miss Universe Thailand. So a lot of fans are giving credit to the Miss Universe pageant. However, that's not the reason that the 2018 pageant was so spectacular. Is because of the TPN Global, and I feel they're very underappreciated by the pageant fans, I feel, because Miss Universe gets all the credit, saying, "Oh, this is the best pageant. 2018 had the best production, all of that." So I just want TPN Global to get some credit for that, which I do.
Yeah,
think they do
They
not get
should.
credit
Congratulations.
by the international
again, yes.
fans. Speaking of this edition, I didn't really like it, so I'll just give it maybe like 5.55 points out of 10.
there you go.
The stage was small. The runway it just felt like a local pageant. If you haven't not seen a Miss Grand Thailand province pageant, watch it.
Yeah.
The stage, even in the
Yes.
province pageant,
It's
is
next level.
spectacular. It's
Yes.
the runway is so long, the girls could actually show the passerella and just show off their runway skills. And I think that was missing for me in the Miss Universe. It felt like even the camera was not on the center stage, it was on the side because the stage is so small. So I could not have a great viewing experience. So I really want to see more grand. And I know that this year was not Khun Anne's, hands down, doing all the production, all the things. So I'm going to give them a second chance, like for this edition, to see and prove herself that she is who she is. Like she's a great leader, she's a boss leader, a transformation. What should I say?
Transformational leader.
Transformational.
Yeah. So I just want to see that. And talking about the winner, you can see my background. That was the post I posted just before the Miss Universe pageant, saying I think this could be the top two because both of them have sustainability as the advocacy, and the sash is also sponsored by a very sustainable, eco-friendly, company. So I thought it made sense to have two girls, fashion designers, who have a background in sustainability. So I was not surprised to see these two holding hands. So a lot of the fans who are saying the Miss USA did not deserve to be in the top two, I say, you know what? Do your homework, do your research, look at the girl's background. And because, like you guys said, it's a job opportunity, right? Like a job interview. These girls fulfill the brief of the organization. And I think they absolutely deserve to be in the top two. So it was anyone's game. And I'm happy that, Miss USA won. I thought she did an amazing job in the final. And I think she absolutely deserves it.
I think
Listen, I was
all
lucky to interview all 5 girls before,
You
the top
did,
5 before.
yes.
And I already knew, as a pageant analyst, I guess, that the final question had to be answered with something from what she has been repeating when she, began ownership, which is the force for good, transformational leader. And I asked and I pushed specifically, which, by the way, I'm going to upload a video tomorrow showing those 5 interviews and that specific question that I did to all of them. And even off camera, I spoke to them about it because those 5 girls, Curacao was not in my prediction top 5, but I wanted her in a top 5. I talked to all of them and I asked them all about what makes them a transformational leader. All of them had that little, push, right, from me. Only one used it in their final answer. And she won.
Yeah.
Yes.
But does this mean that every year now girls are going to come forward and talk about transformational leadership? Like next year's pageant, I'm sure everyone will be pushing the same thing.
Look, they'll probably come out with all the same key
something
messaging
else.
and all of that.
So if your country wants to win Miss Universe someday, you should be aggressively recruiting young girls, young women who already have a good track record as far as being a leader in their community or in their school is concerned. That's what you're looking for. You don't want to pick up a girl just because she's beautiful, but she doesn't have any good resume as far as being a leader in her community.
When we talk about the top 3, literally, I said it way before the pageant started, that those 3 girls were the definition of a transformational leader. Andreina her job is to work in New York with women that are abused. Like that is her. She is a transformational leader. She works with that her day to day. Arbany uses fashion as a transformational leader. She wants to reduce, recycle. Amanda, the same thing. Amanda did an app. She did what was that, like she gave jobs to people in Petare in Venezuela to make these handbags. Like she was the definition of a transformational leader, and that just shows you that the top 3 was the correct top 3.
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree, and that's probably why I think Philippines lost out as well.
Yes,
because I felt that there was no platform
Well, she was the
All
least
she did was-
transformational leader. What do you expect? She didn't have any. She
Exactly.
didn't have anything good to share.
It was just the outfit of the day. Like every day
Yeah,
you
I mean
see
the
on
way
Instagram
she was
outfit.
packaged, she was packaged more as a model and as a fashionista, but as a community leader, no, she wasn't.
No.
So that's
Listen,
one
I wasn't
mistake with the Miss
convinced.
Philippines organization.
I wasn't convinced with Celeste, and I even got into a whole controversy at Miss Universe. I don't know if you guys saw with the Filipinos because they thought I was trying to attack Celeste, and my questions obviously came from a good place. I didn't want to offend her. It was actually so she could see that, hey, it's time to just burst and be everything. And for me, I always felt like, and a lot of people in the pageant community felt like there was this disconnect of who she was with people, that warmthness. And when I interviewed her, I fell in love with her. It's so much that I put her in my 5th spot in the top 5, and it didn't work out. And it I guess her interview wasn't as heartfelt as my interview with her was in person.
Well, I have very good source that her interview was not good. Number one, and I'm telling you the truth. And she was very rude with their chaperones.
She was rude.
She had this bitch attitude.
I'm telling you, it's the Italian temperament in her. She's not a real Filipino. I'm sorry. She's not. She's Italian. Italian women, Italian people are like that. They're very temperamental. That's why they have never won a beauty pageant, because they're very temperamental. Sorry.
No.
That's the truth.
Yeah, but
I mean, I'll be honest, in the pageant week, they didn't look, and by they, I mean them too. And I have a good relationship with Virginia, Miss Italy. So this, again, no means to offend, but they did seem a little bit more closed off than the rest of the girls. They weren't as bubbly as someone like Venezuela or even Turkey. Like you would see her and she'd be like
Colombia.
above Colombia. Yeah, it wasn't the same level of warmthness. So maybe that did play.
And it showed when they were interviewed too. The judges were sort of like, put off by that attitude, So there were
also Celeste is a little bit more reserved and more quiet. And I feel like she needs to warm up to people before she feels comfortable. So maybe that's what happened.
Maybe the tattoos too on her body.
Look at girls like
Tattoos.
Tattoos.
But
then you
my
look at Miss
initial
Puerto
favorite.
Rico.
Celeste
Look
was
at
my
Puerto
initial
Rico.
favorite.
Ashley is also like that. She's a little bit more reserved, more quiet,
Yeah.
but she has this star quality and she knows when to turn it on and be friendly and
With
nice.
Ashley.
So I don't know.
Okay. All right. So from a scale of 1 to 10, Brian, how would you rate the production overall?
I think I'm gonna go in the middle from what everyone else said. I'm gonna say 6.
6.
Music could be better. Yeah, music could be better. Judges, diverse, please.
Yes.
Would love to see backstage commentary instead of just in the front. I kind of miss that. Like seeing Mel B and Thomas like behind. Yeah, I know it was like all fake hairspray in their hair and stuff, but it was fun. It gave it production value. Lighting was great this year though. If you compare it from like 2020 in Hollywood, way better. So props to the lighting team. And yeah, I feel like it could have been a lot better. So hopefully they listen to us a little bit more. They should have someone consult. They need a consultant.
Yes.
From the pageant community.
Yeah, and that would be
volunteer.
us. That would be us, yes. Well, I'm gonna give it a 4.5, okay, because they blocked me. So let's rate the president of El Salvador from a scale of 1 to 10. How hot is he?
10.
10?
10.
I'll give it a
10.
9.8.
10.
Those
No,
are
10.
You guys are terrible. Nasties.
All right, so let's all go to El Salvador in
And meet
December.
the president.
Just for the president. Meet the president.
If I get a presidential, I'll go to El Salvador. Okay?
I love the way he talks. I love the way
Oh
he
my
walks.
God, yes.
I love the way
Oh, he was being
everything about
close
him.
in that reveal video.
Yeah.
He was walking better than some of the girls in the top 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. He was.
Najib, we love you, Najib.
Yeah.
But the fact that they have the president announcing the host nation, that shows
Amazing.
that it's going to be like a big thing, a really big
Yeah.
Well,
pageant.
maybe George can help us with this because I saw a meme on Instagram that El Salvador paid a total of what 12 million Thai bahts to host the pageant.
I think it was 400
No,
million.
400.
No.
12 million.
12.5 million
12
US dollars.
It was 12
Yeah.
million US dollars, but did he
That's
pay
dollars.
it? Did he pay it by cash or by Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin is very big in El Salvador.
Yeah.
Right.
It's-
So how did he pay it?
I don't know.
Bond, maybe?
Not sure.
So I'm wondering because Bitcoins, they fluctuate too, just like regular cash. So
Mhm.
we'll see. We'll see. So
Yeah.
anyway, so if you guys are going to El Salvador, anybody? No,
Never.
to El Salvador?
Yes.
No,
No.
I get better view than the front seat people watching it from my computer.
Sure.
It is very
Yeah.
different. It takes
Very
away
true.
when you're takes
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
It really does.
Here's an
Yeah.
interesting trivia. El Salvador hosted Miss Universe back in 1975. So if
Mhm.
you Generation Z pageant followers, go to YouTube, watch Miss Universe 1975 and see exactly what we old people are talking about as far as production is concerned.
Not
Check
me.
out the stage.
Y'all old people.
Not me.
Y'all old people.
Okay, majority
You,
all
not
people.
me.
Check out the stage. Check out the production number. It was amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Beautiful.
It was great.
And rumor has it that they might use that same backdrop. This year as well.
Ooh.
The
That'd be
pyramids,
great.
the
Yes.
was it the Mayan pyramids? Yeah.
Mm.
So
Wow.
That's beautiful.
that should be very interesting.
Ooh,
Let's get to
okay.
the nitty gritty. Okay, so we all know what happened to the top 16. We all know which girls did not make it. Who to you was the biggest disappointment? Hector, start.
Not a big disappointment, but a big surprise
Okay.
for me was Amelia too, Miss Canada.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
she was a surprise too for me.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big
Really?
surprise.
You should have heard the audience. That the audience died,
Yeah,
literally,
Except the Canadians.
Ooh.
except the
Yeah.
Canadians. Sadly,
We were
but
shook.
yes.
Listen,
I
good
really,
thing Puerto Rico was first because I would have been sweating.
Like,
Sweating,
yeah,
sweating.
they know who put in the first. They know, they
They
know
know.
that actually. But it was impressed too. I was not too impressed by Miss Haiti because she do a good preliminary competition. But I remember I sent a message to Rafa by WhatsApp, and I say to you, "What do you think of Laos?" Remember?
Mhm.
And it was a big surprise, but I really love her. I really love her. But not big disappointments in the top 16. In the top 16, it was for me okay. Of course, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Oh my God, what
Jamaica.
happened with Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Brian, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? to
Listen, I
Jamaica, by
think-
the way.
I think Toshami has star quality, but she's not very comfortable yet. And I think
Okay.
that played in not in her favor. She's
Okay,
not
okay.
all the way there yet in terms of just openness.
Okay.
She would
Also
make an
Cambodia.
amazing model. Jamaica would be an amazing model.
Yeah, she's stunning. She has that
Forget
look.
pageants. You're going to make
sure.
more money as a model.
And a model. Yep. Cambodia as well was disappointing that she didn't make the top 16. I really thought Cambodia was going to make it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I had my chat with Antonio last week, actually, a few days ago, I mentioned that how Laos made the top 16 because she won the fan vote. Okay, I was attacked by her supporters because I had said that, and I didn't name the country, I didn't name the girl. All I said was that if a country is really desperate to put their girl in the top 16, they would probably spend their life savings to buy votes.
Come on, Rafa.
These fans started sending me all these hate messages and hate comments saying, how dare you assume that we had to spend all our life savings to buy votes for our girl. She deserves it to be in the top 16. Yeah, of course. Just like anybody else who made the top 16, they all deserved it. Okay. So I'm very happy that Laos won. I mean, Laos made the top 16 for the first time, and I'm glad. But to me, it was a surprise that Laos, a much smaller country than, let's say, Indonesia, Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines, made the top 16, won the fan vote, and not those other 4 Asian countries. So if Laos had not made the top 16, that maybe another non-Asian country probably would have made the cut. And therefore, there would not have been any Asian country except maybe India, because India was the India was the flag bearer, flag bearer of Asia for 3 consecutive
She
years.
deserved it.
She deserved it. She really deserved it. And not many of you put India in top 5. I think I'm the only one who put India in top 5.
Not top 5.
I never understand why they call Spain on the top 16.
Oh my God.
She was very. I can share some tea on that.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Come on,
Why? Because she gave watches to the Miss Universe organization.
No, she actually has a great personality. She's very bubbly, very nice, and I think that's what pushed her. Actually, the day before the prelim, she literally looked at me and another pageant vlogger analyst, and she literally said, very confidently, "Yeah, I'm going to make the top 16. I don't know about the top 5, but top 16, yeah." And I was like, "Damn, she's very confident." And I didn't really feel it, but
okay,
she was confident, and it worked.
Yeah,
they made the top 16.
It's interesting too because there were several delegates actually this year that were trained and coached by Filipinos. Spain was the only one who was trained by a Filipino, at least in Pasarela, that actually made the top 16. All the others did not. So
well, and I don't think that would, like, I'm gonna keep on saying it. No means to offend anyone, but I don't think that was what pushed her into the top 16. Her pasarela, it was definitely her interview or personality, because it wasn't that good.
Yeah, the pasarela was one of the worst. Sorry, but
somebody says Spain was so bland, no energy in the prelims. Well, yeah, but maybe
I was also sad.
She aced the interview though.
She did. I was also sad to not see Brazil in the top 16 as well. She didn't have a good prelim performance, but that girl can talk. That girl can talk, and I really thought she was going to ace the
Mia is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. George, to you, who was any disappointments? Any surprises?
Yes, there were quite a lot actually. I think I had like 10 lists. I'm just gonna be brief. The biggest one for me was Thailand, because she won the social
impact
award. Yeah. So for me, it was just so confusing after she won that title.
Every year,
was not part of the semi-finalists. It's like she
every
has
year
great advocacy. She's doing great at like social project, but how is she not part of the semi-finalist if the organization sees that much effort that she's doing on the social project? So for me, that was
they only want one Catriona on stage.
You think?
And by the way, Anna did a great job, job. Like, honestly, from not knowing any English to where she was when I interviewed her, there was only one instance where she didn't really understand something, and she still tried to find a way to understand it. So I thought she did really good. I was very surprised.
Do you think if there had been a top 20 this year, all those 4 Southeast Asian countries would have made the cut?
No, maybe Philippines and Thailand.
Not Philippines, but maybe
Thailand,
Thailand and Vietnam.
Vietnam was, oh my God,
stunning.
Beautiful.
I was sad to not see her.
Yeah,
she's gorgeous.
Wow.
One of the best
performance in the prelims was flawless.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
I too.
I love it. I love it.
You know, the whole
the gown.
Listen, I don't think they would have made. I think we would have seen countries that we didn't expect if it was a top 20, because what it seemed to me was like they were making sure that the top 5 was a clear top 5, a very clear top 5.
Yeah, good point, Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I think I share the same sentiments with some of you guys. Like to me, when Philippines was shut out, I was shocked because she was in my top 5, but I was really shocked by Hades making the cut, because she was nowhere under my radar, none whatsoever. Haiti and also Trinidad and Tobago. Portugal,
she's stunning.
Portugal to me was the biggest delight. I love Portugal.
Yeah, I love Thelma.
It was so beautiful and stunning, gorgeous. Yeah.
It's so weird how a lot of times we pageant Anna say that you know, when you have experience, it works in your favor. And so many girls that had experience didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
Guatemala,
Yeah.
there was a lot of girls that didn't make it. Honestly, during the week, that was maybe my disappointment. I have a special place in my heart for Ivana. She's amazing and such a super sweet girl. But during the whole week, I felt like she was not competing. She was not competing. Everything was very casual.
Yeah, she was kind of low key. I sort of like sensed that. She was very low key. And although we have to say her costume was probably one of the best.
Oh, stunning.
It was the biggest like costume ever.
We'll know in February if she won.
Yes, I think she's going to be the winner.
Okay, let's talk about the special awards, because I'm really puzzled because they only mentioned 2 special awards during the actual telecast. But a few days later, Khun Anne started mentioning that this and this girl won this and this award, and then the national costume will be announced. The costume winner will be announced soon. I don't see any advantage in announcing these special awards in a later date. What's the point? The girls have already left New Orleans.
I think they're trying to like make the situation longer and have people talk about it for a longer time.
Yes.
But it makes no sense. Like at this point, why would I care? Like whatever. No photogenic award, like they said.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
like,
no best in swimsuit.
And 2 winners for miscongeniality.
Like what is that? Malta and Chile won Miss Congeniality, and they only have 1 trophy. They have to share it, like split it, like 6 months.
Yes.
I keep it 6 months of yours. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Why can't they make 2 trophies? For each of the girl. It's just so stupid, so silly.
How many contestants were there?
84.
83.
84. 84.
Did China?
Norway did not.
China made it
because she had COVID, but China made it. Yeah.
No, but did
Norway
China
withdraw?
Congeniality when she was only there for 2 days?
No, Chile and Malta.
How can you have a tie?
Chile.
It's Chile. Chile and Malta.
I don't know. That sounds like some Miss Grand shit right there.
Yeah. Let's talk about let's talk about Vietnam winning the Cape, the best Cape. Who voted for Vietnam?
I don't know.
Let's talk about transparency. How many?
I don't want the capes ever again.
Yes. If we all want transparency, show us the receipts. How many votes did Vietnam get? And who's the second runner-up, the third, so forth and so on, By the way, USA to me has the best game. Sorry. Simple, but very compelling.
India for me.
India's pretty.
I liked Vietnam's a lot. And I liked Puerto Rico's as well. You guys didn't see it. The colors were very complimentary.
Yeah,
like purples and blues.
Mm-hmm.
There was some that looked terrible. Cayman Islands came on stage with like some feathers on top of it, and like it looked like a school project.
Or like Colombia,
and the capes, and the capes.
And the USA actually added a prop. Did you see her prop during the Cape?
Yeah.
Made for trash.
But she only flashed it for like 1 second because nobody got to see the message, If not now, then when? So
I thought that was something that took away from the competition, having them turn around and showing the Cape. Like they didn't even talk about what the Cape meant. So what's the point? What is the point?
Yeah.
Also, it's distracting.
Yeah, I was going to mention that because a couple of viewers commented on that. There's a big distraction. Because if you want to see a girl in swimsuit competition, there shouldn't be any distractions. I noticed too that they chose whatever style of swimsuit they preferred. But I think I noticed 4 of them, I think, wore bikini, 2-piece. All the other ones wore them.
They were kind of ugly too.
The color, I didn't really care much for the color.
Nothing special.
We all love Jacqueline Aguilera.
It looked like a Walmart. No,
Jacqueline, I love you.
It looked like it was from Walmart.
She sponsors
Jacqueline. I'm not saying anything about that, okay?
I will.
And
they look like they
will.
I read that Gabriela Isla, the national director for Venezuela, demanded a recount. I'm not sure if that rumor is true.
No, that's not true.
I heard that she demanded a recount. I also heard that some directors will might lose their franchise next year.
Yes,
because they oppose. They do not want the direction that this pageant is heading towards. I can think of one, Lupita Jones from Mexico. She has been very vocal about all this progressive woke stuff happening.
Bye, Lupita.
Bye-bye.
Hola,
But she's
Lupita.
too
Bye.
problematic.
Queremos.
Maybe you
We don't
shouldn't
like
have an
her.
attitude with your fans when you're in the hotel.
Yeah, she fights a lot. Not a good.
And
National
Naomi took a picture of Lupita at the airport, right?
She was in my flight.
She
was
was
in my
not nice to you.
Mm.
She was not nice to you, Brian.
Not to me, but to other people. I didn't really talk to her, but other people. she was-
Why?
Oh no.
Because her girl did
Okay.
not win. Her girl
But
did
when
not
you're a
win.
public, no, that was before. When you're a public
Oh, that was
figure and
before.
someone smiles at you, you smile back. You don't look away.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe she was having her time of the month. Who knows? A true woman, by the way.
Oh, stop it.
Come on.
All right. So should
And
we,
I'm
when they were calling the top 16, of course, again, they had to show this stupid video segment of each of the semifinalists. You remember?
well, that's something else that I
that
wish would
was like
change.
really dragging. They should have like
It-
get rid of
Yeah,
that.
just call the girls.
Get rid
like,
of that.
the excitement.
Mhm.
I was watching when I was doing my treadmill this morning. I went to YouTube and I watched Miss Universe 2009 that was held in the Bahamas.
Yes.
Everything, there was no interruption when they called the top 15 girls.
Yes.
I loved it. I love it because,
Bring
Uh,
back the photos as well.
the suspense, the photos, bring back Fadil Barisha, please.
He was there.
He was there, yeah. He was there. But yeah, please bring back all these wonderful elements that really made Miss Universe great. When they showed the video clip of Dominican Republic after she was called, as you know, I mean, she claims that she's been working with women as far as attaining access to education and all that stuff. But there were 4 photos that were showed during the clip, 4 photos of women's rights groups that were rallying, and they were all holding signs that says in Spanish, "Free abortion." I wonder if there was a subliminal message that she was trying to communicate to the public, like free abortion of all women's rights. This is what you wanted to show to the world. Women's rights, women have the right to free abortion. Okay, whatever, etc. But I thought that was like, I know. Well, I picked on it, so because I'm very very sensitive and very critical when I watch all these shows. So yeah, that was my own
Critical
comment.
beauty.
Of course, that's why they call me critical beauty. So
Branded.
go back. Just go back to the
Pretty.
basics. Just go back to the basics.
Yeah,
What-
I think they need to mix or mash together the nostalgia. We love nostalgia with the new stuff. We're open to the new stuff, but match nostalgia with the new stuff.
we don't need 3 hours neither.
Yes,
Yes.
only 2.
No. We
I
don't
think
need-
If it's gonna
2
be
to
fast-paced,
2.5
2 hours
would be
is
just
good.
nice.
I can probably tolerate 2.5, but no more than
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
I mean, if more countries decide to participate, let's say if it becomes to like 100 countries in El Salvador, later this year, maybe they could do, I don't know, like a reality show type thing, where they eliminate the first cut and whatever, and then they only show the top 50 contestants.
Throw 10 of them into a fire pit.
Yeah,
Oh,
seriously.
That would be amazing.
Have them stay. Have them as consolation. Have them spend a few days at the mansion of the president. You know what I mean, like Playboy Mansion and
Yes.
stuff. That'd be great. Woo! Woo! Look at Noemi. Woo! So I thought that was what do we think of Olivia Culpo and Jeannie Mai?
She drank a Red Bull.
Yes,
This is-
Olivia.
I thought they were cool.
Wow.
Kudos to Olivia.
Wow, what a
Some
difference.
Energy. Woohoo.
Yes.
She's
Major
doing
difference.
a good job. She's doing a good job, but
She did a good job.
please, I don't want to see her back as MC of Miss Universe.
Yeah,
I
no.
prefer to see Jeannie Mai
Backstage.
alone.
I don't like Jeannie Mai, but
You
I was
think?
actually impressed. Her with a guy would
Great.
be great.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, he
Yeah.
and she co-hosted with was it Andy Cohen once?
But I didn't
yes.
like that one that much.
Not
This time
Andy
she was
Cohen.
way better.
No,
Yeah.
someone else.
Bring back Mario Lopez.
No.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh
No, no.
No.
Mario and Olivia together again?
Ew, no.
Maybe
No,
Jeannie
no,
Mai and
no.
Mario Lopez would make a
Is
good
that-
No,
Exactly.
not
Yes.
Mario.
Yeah.
You don't like Mario?
No,
I thought
I don't
Oli-
like him.
Yeah, Mario.
You know
is
who I
all-
really
he's all
like?
Botoxed.
Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer
Oh,
and,
I love
and Mel
him.
B. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
What a weird
Yeah.
combination.
Bring back boomers
2008.
to host.
But it'll probably be another ex-Miss Universe hosting. They will never bring a guy. It's supposed to be an
They
all
say-
women
they say
thing,
they
right?
will be.
Catriona.
They will. They will.
I think Katrina will host in El Salvador. She's
Maybe
God, no.
see me being the
No,
commentary
please,
with
God,
with
look at
no.
Peter melting. Peter's melting.
No, God, no, please, enough.
How about the guy from
Unpopular vote, can't stand
How about the guy
her.
from American Idol? What's his name? Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan.
no.
He would make a
Okay.
good
No.
host.
There's
the
enough
one,
There's
the
enough
one who
snowflakes
was
with
host-
Peter.
yes.
Cher
The
as
one who
host.
was in 2015 in Doral.
I love that Dorothy Cher's host. Phil, our good friend Phil. Phil Pachino. What about Tim Vincent? I think what year did he host? I know he hosted.
No, he was in Miss World. He was in Miss
Miss World for a few years.
2007.
He's actually good looking. I mean, he has this British accent.
Yes.
God,
Yeah,
you know,
he's cute.
I mean, there are a lot of alternatives. So yeah, if you guys want to recommend a good host for
Me.
El Salvador, send a letter.
Brian
Megan.
Javier from Puerto Rico and Las Vegas.
And stuff and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
You know
With
who's going to be
his name.
hosting? Harry and Meghan.
Oh God.
Oh my
Come
God,
on.
no.
Yeah.
And
Why
since
did you
the
say that with
pageant
a
is
straight
going to be
face?
Because
held
the
in El
pageant is so
Salvador.
woke. You know, it's so woke now that, you know, they're going to have the poster children of wokeness
Bring
host
back
Miss
the little,
Universe.
the
Harry
little girls,
and
the
Meghan.
little sisters.
Yes.
And since the pageant in December will be held in El Salvador, a Latin country where machismo still dominates, I don't want to see some non-binary gender queer people hosting the show or doing the backstage commentating. None of that shit, okay?
Come on,
We want to
Rafa.
see like biological man and biological woman working together side by side because it's a Latin country. And also the same thing should happen in Asia, okay? Raise your hand if you agree. Okay, I'm the only one, but
Disagree.
Yes, you're the only one. No one even
Next
thought of
topic,
it twice.
but
please.
I'm not
Next
melting like
topic.
Peter does.
Wait, what do you
Listen,
think of
as long
Harnas?
as there are men there, I
Harnas
will
kind
be
of
happy.
screwed up some of the country's name, right? During the prelims as a host.
Oh,
Horrible.
Kazakhstan. No, Kazakhstan was what she was saying. That was Harnaz.
That was
Harnas.
Harnaz butchering the Kazakhstan
Countries.
Which Amy had to do a whole video to
Yeah, you
apologize.
see the video?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
which is so
Yeah.
sad. I thought it was very sad. It was a very sad.
Well,
thing.
at least they were respectful enough to, apologize. So props to them.
Well, no, that's what you do. You need to practice pronouncing these names,
Yes.
And I
Well,
think
Harnaz was kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
what's her face? Andrea Mesa did the same error in mispronouncing Kazakhstan. She did Kazakhstan. They're like 4 syllables instead of 3 syllables only. It's like Kazakhstan. Girl, please. Okay, know your geography. Watch Geography Now.
You would think they would
a very
practice.
popular YouTube channel, Geography Now. Learn more about these countries and how they're pronounced. Okay, so yeah. But I felt. What do we think of Harnaz's final walk and the dress that she
Oh
wore?
wow.
Did you guys
Next
know-
topic,
report
please.
back?
It was emotional and
Next.
scary at the same
Sabrina,
time.
you cried, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I didn't cry, but it was a very emotional moment seeing her like finally, because she went through a lot during her year and then she was in tears and then she could hardly walk and almost tripped. And at that point, all of our
Yeah.
hearts, what if
You know
the
what,
Miss
Sabrina?
Universe trip, yeah.
It made me sad, kind of, because
Yeah.
what I feel when I look at her is like she's going through a lot.
Lot.
Yeah.
You can tell that she's going
Yeah.
through a lot.
Yeah, so it was very painful. Like you felt that, and then her gown was like, wow, a tribute to Shushmita and Lara.
And
Thought that
Lara.
was very, very
Mm.
beautiful. And one part that we all didn't see on the live telecast, but I saw it on the fan footage. She was so genuinely happy for that USA won. You could see she had the expression of a child. She was like, oh my God, like really beaming. And then at the back, because she was standing at the back while she was crowning, right? She actually bowed to the new crown, like blessing it.
She
before,
did, yes.
She's
Yeah,
probably
before
happy.
crowning,
She doesn't
like,
have to
honored
take
the
the
crown.
BS from people
Yeah,
anymore.
it was like, wow. I mean, like she's so young and she has that, that really beautiful heart to do that. You
Yeah.
seldom see like a queen, usually like if it's Zulikia, it's just dumping on the head of the winner. And
Rio.
even Alicia Machado,
Zuleika.
all that she
Zuleika.
with all that she went through, she still had that joy in her and to like crown someone so beautifully. I think she's really a pure soul.
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up with this Latina Miss Universe title holders who just dumped the crown clumsily on an Asian winner's head? What's up with that? Puerto Rico and Japan, and then Venezuela and USA. What's up with that? You Latinos.
It's like it really shows that these girls have no class at all. I mean, it's your final moment as Miss
Yeah.
Universe. Just make it the best.
And
I wanted to
Rafa,
mention
do you
something
know
about
this?
Harnaz again. The
About-
pageant community in general has been so hard, and I include myself
Cruel.
in a
I
certain
think the
way.
word is
We've
cruel.
and I'm going to talk in
Yeah.
general. We have been so cruel, so
Mm.
hard on her. And
Yep.
when we look back and maybe take an example of Chesley Christ. We look back and we're like, damn, we didn't her. And I feel like we're doing the same again with Harnaz. She has been going through a lot, and we have been so hard on her. So I would love to take this opportunity to once again invite the pageant community to go leave love to Harnaz, because honestly, in general, the pageant community with her has been so tough, so rough, and you can tell in her eyes that she's going through a lot. So
Yeah.
take a moment
Correct.
out of your day and write to her
Correct.
and
That
And when-
moment, I
spread
think,
some
touched
love.
a lot of people. Like the final
Yeah.
walk, you could see
Correct.
it, like the pain in her, and like, you know, and the fact that she still went on and finished her reign. I think
That's
that
right.
says a lot.
That's true.
And
That's
she's
true.
And you
only
know, there's a
21.
lot. There is a lot of pageant fans out there that are just so quick to criticizing job. It's like, oh, so and so doesn't act like a queen. So and so doesn't carry. So, oh, that's not the way a queen. Look at Harnaz with everything that she's gone through. She has approached everything with so much grace and so much dignity. And you know, I think there's been a lot of unfair criticism that's been put on her. And you know what? I think, you know, a lot of it has been undeserved, but she has carried herself with so much grace and so much dignity. And if anybody can look to her for inspiration, I think she's a worthy, what's the word, person to be inspired by. Great role model.
Yeah, because initially I didn't understand the weight gain and all that too. So I was like, oh, what's going on here? But as time went by, then you kind of realize, hey, there's something really going on with someone. So we shouldn't be so hard on them.
The only thing I wish is that she would have taken the opportunity during this time and that happening to be 120% honest with people and actually let them know what was going on. Because, hey, weight affects all of us. Like, I moved to Vegas and I can't stop eating Chinese food, and I'm not the same size I was in Florida. Like, it happens, and we talk about it. And it would have been a great moment to actually talk about that, even if it was a disease or whatever she was going through. She should have took the moment to talk about it. And yeah, I wish she would have taken advantage of that
Brian.
time.
I think it would have connected with the young people.
Yeah.
Maybe someone else out there is having the
Definitely.
same issues with weight.
Yeah.
And like, I know I have friends who have weight issues because they have some hormonal disorders or tumor.
What
or
did you call
something.
me?
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, Brian, you and your hormones.
No.
Hormones.
I think it will like sort of it will connect with people who have like similar issues. So it'd be nice if she actually
would.
spoke up, like what's going on there.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
I think I think it's not just in pageants. I think anybody who's been put in a position of influence and put under the spotlight, I think as people and as humans, we almost dehumanize others by doing that. We tend to kind of criticize, and we forget that at the other end, it's actually a human being that has, you know, genuine feelings and genuine problems and genuine struggles, and we don't honor that. We don't actually acknowledge that either. We're just so quick to criticize an appearance that there's a human, you know, that's a human being. And we do that not just to beauty queens, we do it to everybody. So, you know, I know I'm probably virtue signaling at, you know, right now, but I think it's really important for us to kind of acknowledge the fact that there's a human being there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, right now, I just said that she should have took this opportunity
Mic
to
drop.
talk about it, but maybe she wasn't ready. Maybe she'll be ready in a year. Maybe she'll be ready in a few months. Maybe she just wasn't ready to talk
It's her choice.
about what actually is going
correct.
on. So we got to
That's right.
respect
It's her
that
choice
too.
to speak about it. Yeah.
After her reign, well, now that her reign is ended, do we know what her plans are? I mean, does she still
Bollywood?
Bollywood.
Yeah.
That's the problem, because who in Hollywood will actually be interested in her current physique, in her current physical look?
Wait.
Even Bollywood.
Oh.
Before she was in Miss India, she was in some movies on Bollywood.
Yeah.
And she
Yes.
is very well known in the Bollywood industry. I know that I was very hard to this girl, but the truth is that she's very well known in the Bollywood community.
Yeah, she did some regional movies, I think. Yeah, but Bollywood now, it's like very superficial. They're all about looks and like revealing clothes and all. So I don't know. Probably she might get some arty movies, like not the commercial kind of Bollywood movies, which I don't like to watch anymore.
Yeah.
Honestly, it looks like she just needs to take time right now to, better
Yeah.
herself and think about herself and get everything straightened. So
Yeah,
all
she-
the
she
best
needs
to
another
Hard
year.
Eyes.
Yeah, at least maybe a couple of
Yes.
years break. When I look at the former Miss India title holders, like what happened to their career after their reign, I look at what happened to Sushmita Sen. She tried Hollywood. She didn't really actually make it big. She made like maybe a couple of like 2 or 3 good movies, but that's it. Now she's busy being a social media influencer, and I think that's basically what's going to happen to Harnaz. She's going to be a major social media influencer, like that girl from India who competed in 2015. What was her name? Who was a judge last year? I forget. She thought she was going to make the top 15.
Right.
Vartela, what's her name?
Urvashi Rautela.
Yeah, there we go.
Urvashi
Urvashi.
Vartela. She's a
No,
social media
Urvashi does a
influencer
lot
right
of
now.
Bollywood movies. She's like quite, she
Yes.
did
Yeah,
quite a
I've-
number of
She
movies.
has,
And
yeah, she's like
I love her. I love her. I love her.
I actually love her. Her movies are quite fun. I mean, they're just modern and like,
And listen,
B-grade
that just
movies,
goes
I
to
guess.
show you that you don't have to win Miss Universe. So many times
Yeah.
people are so hard and fans are so hard on these girls and they're like, oh, you didn't win. Like you could have done this better. But look, there's so many examples of girls that haven't even made the top 16 and go farther than
Like Gail
the winner.
Gadot.
Gal
Like
Gadot,
Yolanda
we
Gal
have
Gadot from
Good
Israel.
example.
there's
Yes.
so many girls.
Mhm.
And that's one of the girls that I would like to take a second and like highlight is Miss Dominican Republic. I see a star. I see a movie star in her. And I am super excited to see where she goes because she literally could be Hollywood royalty. So I'm super excited to see what Andrea.
Yeah. She
It's
does
gonna
have
become-
that Hollywood look about her.
Yes.
She does.
Andrea, yeah. Andreina, yes.
Like a
yes.
Bond girl, Hollywood movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And she was supposed to go to Israel, but she had
Mhm.
COVID,
The best thing that ever happened to her was not
That's
going
true.
to Israel.
That's true. So it wasn't meant for her. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's good. Speaking of pageants in general, do you think that I know it's not going to happen in Latin America or in Asia where pageants thrive, but I think in America and in other countries where pageants are not really don't even exist or hardly exist. I think George and I are part of this WhatsApp group with Enrique Fontes, Global Beauties, and other people. And Brian was
Hey,
saying
me
too.
too.
We were discussing about the future of pageants because again, when you think of young women these days don't need to join a pageant to be known or to promote their causes because they can easily be like social media influencers. They could create one quick TikTok video and they'll be instant stars right
Yeah.
away. So they don't need pageants to be famous. However, there's a big difference with it. If you have a beauty pageant title, that carries a lot of weight. Would you rather have a pageant title or a regular, like a simple TikTok influencer or Instagram influencer or whatnot? I'd rather have a title that I can be proud
I think
of because I know I
think
worked
neither
hard
of
for this
them
title.
guarantee you to have success. It's all what you do with it.
Exactly.
It doesn't guarantee
Neither
being Miss
guarantee
Universe isn't a
longevity.
guarantee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Neither guarantee longevity or relevance.
Yeah. Look, Suleika.
Yeah, poor Zuleika. She got knocked up, got pregnant and stuff and everything.
Well, at least she's done more than a lot of Miss Universe. At least she's
Yeah.
done more. At least there's some Miss Universe that you don't even know where they're at right now.
And she still looks
What is
hot. She still
what is
looks
she
hot.
doing?
Still
She's
looks good,
promote
yeah.
Disney on her Instagram. She's promote Disney package on Instagram.
She's an influencer. Yeah, she's an influencer. By the way, now that I saw your face, Hector, I wanted to take this opportunity as well to applaud the national directors that were there at Miss Universe. Noemi, I'm sure you saw some of them, and applause to them. There's so many girls that go to Miss Universe and that they are with no one. They literally go just themselves, and they don't have any guidance. They don't have any help. They don't have anything. And applause to people
Magali.
like Magali, Natalia,
no matter what.
Natalie Ackerman. They were there. They were present. They were on top of their girls. They were working them all the time. And that's very admirable. As a pageant analyst and a fan of beauty pageants, that makes my heart be filled, because it is so hard to compete in a pageant, and having someone there that is supporting you every single moment and is caring for you and is making sure that you are up to par is admirable. So applause to Magali. If we're going to talk about the best national director, applause to her, literally.
Yeah, she won this year. She's, no matter what, she's the best. She knows how to do it.
You mean not Crystal Stewart?
I love Crystal.
Who
You know, she's my
attended the
favorite Miss
pageant,
USA.
by the way. She was there.
She attended the pageant.
What does that mean? Does that mean that Miss Universe forgave her already? That she can?
I mean,
go
the
back?
investigations came
It's
out.
still going on,
so
or I thought it was over. I thought
She
it
buy the
was over.
ticket. That's it.
Oh my
She
God.
should be good. Yeah,
Okay,
I
no,
would guess it's up to her.
Yeah. Okay. So now that Arbani is Miss Universe, her first runner-up for Miss USA, Morgan Romano
North
is
Carolina.
officially the new Miss USA. Okay. Morgan Romano, she represented North Carolina, and her gown was actually designed by our good friend Gaspar Cruz. So kudos to
Yes.
Gaspar. Woo, 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 woo.
What would
Yeah.
Miss Montana USA say now?
I think she uploaded. No, she did a TikTok video, and she was.
She did while she was doing her makeup.
She
Yeah.
was doing
Yeah.
makeup. What did she say exactly? She claimed that she hadn't read that clause in the contract that specifically says that the
Oh,
Miss USA
please.
organization has every right to change the results of the pageant if they didn't like it. So that was one. And she's, by the way, she's supposed to be a lawyer, right?
Okay, she's so
She's the
Remind
one
me not to
annoying.
hire her.
She wanna be lawyer.
Noemi,
Remind me
go.
not to hire
Okay.
her.
First of all, the question is how many times she competed in Miss Montana to be Miss Montana? How
10
many
times.
times?
10, 12.
Who knows, right? Trying
knows?
to get to, I don't know, because all these girls recompete year after year when they don't place.
Yep.
Or they jump state.
Crown chasers.
Exactly,
Yes.
crown chasers. So
Which
for
is not
me-
shaming. That is admirable.
No, it's
No,
not.
that's not
it's
cheating. I'm not.
No.
Hey, you do you, boo. If you wanna go to another state and try your luck, good for
Do it.
you. You know, but my thing is going on. She was the one that started all of this mess. All of this. First of all, where is her state director? Where is her state director?
I'm pretty sure she doesn't work with her anymore, because that's probably breaking
She's
the
probably
contract.
ashamed too.
That
Talking
is-
like that is breaking the contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I was the state director, first of all, I'll put a muzzle on her mouth so
Mhm.
quick,
Yes.
so quick, because you're ruining my business.
Mhm.
You're ruining, not only my business, but you're jeopardizing future contestants that want to compete.
Mhm.
You have no receipts to back whatever you're saying.
Right.
None.
Mhm.
What? Because she knew how to compete and you didn't? Because you had to go with a
Yeah.
Sherry Hill dress and she went with a
Thank you.
Filipino and you can't handle it?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry. The truth is the truth.
Now I understand why most of the girls were mad, because like I said before, our Bonnie just compete like 2 times and she's not a pageant girl,
It's
No, and
And
she
I
competed
went-
in the most difficult state.
in the
Texas.
most
Yes, and I
difficult
was-
state, which is Texas. Texas is
Yes.
the most competitive state,
That's
along
true.
with California, Florida. They're
Nevada,
super
New York.
competitive. Well,
Mhm.
Nevada, no. They come from California and they come here.
And she never. And you know what? I think I'm still waiting for Montana to apologize to Albany.
She ain't gonna. She's not. She is
She's
not.
not going to do it.
She
She'll
did.
She'll
She
never do
did.
that. No. And how is it possible that you are supposedly a student of law and you did not read your contracts?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
You
that
didn't read the
makes her really
contract
look
because you were
dumb.
so
Yeah.
blind that you just wanted to go to Miss USA. You were able to win your state finally after God knows how many times you competed. Okay. you got to Miss USA and oops, you did not place. Did she place, by the way? Because I don't even remember her.
No.
Did she place? She didn't place.
No.
Okay.
No, but she did.
That was the most weakest USA competition ever. That was the weakest.
Yeah, it was Albany's the whole time. That
It
no
was-
one can
it was
cover that up.
hers. There was
Nobody can cover that up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because somebody came and competed, like if she was in Miss Universe, because that's what she wanted. Her end goal was Miss Universe.
Mhm.
Okay. These girls that compete in Miss USA, their end goal is just to
Miss
be
USA.
USA.
It's USA.
That's it. They don't care about Miss Universe. Now that is separated from, Miss Universe, and now it's its own identity, its own pageant, own franchise. Well, now you're seeing a change. Now these girls really need to compete if they want to place, because it's not anymore. The Miss USA has the same perks as Miss Universe. It's
Mhm.
not like that anymore.
Right.
It's completely separate. Now who's having the perks? Thailand. Now Thailand maybe not have placed, but obviously she's going to be included in promotion, in marketing, and everything. Now Thailand is the USA, basically, if you really look at it.
Mhm.
So Thailand will be fine. She will be taken care of. She will
Yep.
be used. No,
Yep.
she'll be used in marketing and branding and all
Correct.
that.
Mhm.
So it's like that girl was so freaking annoying. I can't even stand it. I don't understand where
It's
the
a
national
bad
director
loser. You're
is.
just a bad loser.
Yeah.
Your
You're a bad
brand is a bad
loser.
loser.
Somebody
You are-
somebody
Uh-huh.
said that Montana actually competed in 3 different states. She was second runner-up in Miss Florida USA 2020. So,
Really?
she did quite well in Florida, but she didn't win, so
Okay.
she moved to Montana and whatnot. Somebody's saying, Joelle, yeah, I don't know if Morgan is actually Miss USA. Yeah, she is Miss USA, because when you go to her Instagram account, it says she says Miss USA 2022.
Yeah,
So she's
So,
officially Miss USA
she's
2022.
official. They have to do I think the official
Crowning.
The coronation,
Yeah.
the crowning stuff and everything. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of I felt bad for Albany because of her Miss USA sisters. Now, I hope Morgan Romano was not one of those girls who actually dissed her. She didn't say anything, right?
No, she
No,
never said
She
anything.
was very quiet.
Most of the time.
Was she at
She knew
was
she had
there?
to stay quiet.
Yes.
Very smart.
Was she
Thank
did
you,
she
Brian.
attend, did she
Thank
attend
you.
Miss Universe? Was she there? Do you know? Did you see her? No.
No,
Yeah.
she was eating something in some random place, so probably not.
No.
Wow.
By the way, did anyone predict the winners or the top 5? We didn't talk about that. Maybe one of us.
Brian is the only one in our group who predicted USA as the
Wait. I'm the only
Congratulations.
Yes.
out of two
Mhm.
pageant analysts or YouTubers. I'm the one of the 2 that got it right. Yes, that's correct.
But you changed your predictions though after interviewing her, right?
Yeah,
Venezuela and South Africa were your top 2 before.
No,
Originally.
Dominican Republic and Venezuela were my top 2. Yeah.
Mhm.
This was before you went to New Orleans.
Before New Orleans, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, I got
Wow.
4 out of 5, so I'm fine.
Yeah. I got
Same here.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
I got
It was hard.
9
It was a
I got
it was a
8
hard
out
hard
of
to predict.
16. All right. 8 out of 16 in the top 16.
I did terrible in the top 16, so
Well, I think everybody
all
did
did, yeah.
terrible.
We all did.
Everybody, because nobody was expecting those pop-up countries. Which
Yeah,
it was amazing when just being present, and when they started calling out all these countries, the reaction
energy,
of the
yeah.
crowd
when
was
Puerto Rico came out, everyone's like super excited. Then Haiti, and everyone's like, "Oh
Like-
shit,
crickets.
what is happening?"
Were there any Haitian people in the audience?
Oh, just
I
started.
don't think so.
No.
No.
Okay. Wow.
No.
But let
then
me tell
she
you,
said
she's
that girl
right.
came-
The energy was
Shifted.
shifting after Puerto Rico. It was like,
Yes,
Whoa.
it went downhill.
And then,
It
and then
went
Canada,
downhill.
and then Canada, and then Trinidad,
Yeah.
Tobago.
Oh my
shock,
God.
Yeah.
shock.
Yes.
Canada. I was like, what? And then in the swimsuit competition, she do like, what?
I don't
Oh,
know.
with a cape thingy? Yeah. She did
Yeah.
it.
Somebody
twirl.
need to tell these
She was
girls that
twirling.
need to be quiet on a stage, This year was like, a combination between Miss Universe and Miss Grand.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
In a good
But
way.
it was
In a good way.
in a good way, yes. But
Okay,
then
and
after the top 16, the energy went up. I think the energy shifted once they started calling the favorites like Venezuela, Colombia, because we
Yeah.
were worried.
Yep.
We were
yep,
like,
yep.
when are they going to say
Mhm.
Colombia? When are they going to say Venezuela? And everybody was like, literally like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
amazing.
Like I said, clear top 5. Their goal
Yes,
was to have
clear
a
top
clear
five.
Yeah, clear
When
top
they-
5.
Yeah.
it was, you know, the energy was like when they called the top 5, everybody's like, okay, now the competition started. Like
Yep.
now bring it.
Do you like Brian and Noemi? Do you like the theme that they call just the top 5 from the top 16?
No,
Oh, the cut.
No.
They
No, it
bypass
was
the top
too-
10 now.
too drastic. It
Yeah.
was too drastic.
I agree.
Yeah, I was
Especially
I
from the
would-
beginning when we were supposed to have a top 20.
Exactly.
They said it was the top 20, then
Yeah,
it was the
this
top
was
16. then it was
Miss
all over the place.
Intercontinental, you know, like from 20 to 5 is something like
But you
yeah,
know
it
what?
hurts. It's scary.
Some people actually like this new format because it allowed them to see all the 16 girls compete in both swimsuit and evening gown.
That's the
Mhm.
positive in it.
Well,
that's
that
a-
was the only, yeah.
A good
That's
logic.
nice.
But then again,
Yeah.
you know, I would have wanted to see more representation. I think, let's say from, I don't know, from the girls that did not make the top 5. Like I would have wanted to see South Africa more, you know,
Me too.
and
Mhm.
Portugal. Because I really like.
I love her dress. I love it.
Okay, who
Yeah.
wore the best gown? Let's talk about the gowns.
That's gown.
I
Wait,
liked
wait,
it.
wait,
Color.
A lot of
wait.
silvers, a lot of silvers,
Honestly-
a lot of champagne color gowns.
Yeah,
Arbany's
honestly,
prelim gown was the best to me, in my
Yep.
opinion.
me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
Drama.
And for me, the black gown. Never a
Message.
winner win in a black gown. And with
Yeah.
this kind of punk,
The blue,
Yeah.
very Maleficent.
Blue.
I love it.
It was very nice. It was refreshing, something different.
Yes.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah,
I like
love
Venezuela and
Angelina's
USA's gown.
Yeah.
Now, if Italy had made the cut, did anybody see her gown? What she wore? I mean,
Oh.
It was
Was that a
designer
Roberta, right?
gown.
was it a cavalli? Was that the
It
Roberta?
was the
Cavalli, yeah.
Cavalli.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cavalli
it wasn't a
red
pageant
gown.
gown.
What color?
Yeah,
was
it was a red carpet thing.
Girls,
Yes.
when you compete, remember, designers, no one cares about designers in Miss
Yeah.
Universe.
That's
No
true.
offense. It's just
Yeah.
about the gown. It's not
That's
about the designer.
That's true.
Exactly.
And after the pageant, Italy went back to Italy, and she started posting all these.
Oh,
Fashion.
she's a working model. She
She's a
doesn't
working
need
model,
Miss
for sure.
Universe. That's why I
Yeah.
put her in my top 16. She doesn't need it.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't
Yeah.
need it at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think for me, I like South Africa's gown because I thought it was unique.
Yes.
I want to see her in Miss World so bad.
Oh, yes.
So bad.
Oh yeah, that's right. She has that choice if she.
I
wants.
hope so. I really
Yeah.
hope so because I think that might be hers. Hers
Wow.
or France or Trinidad and Tobago.
France.
Oh yeah, I love Trinidad and Tobago. I love her.
She competed in Miss World too, didn't she?
Miss World. Yeah.
Okay, 2 girls who crossed over from Supranational to Universe did not make the top 16. Mauritius and Angola, well, who represented Netherlands in Supranational. So what happened? What happened to these 2 girls?
Listen,
Any idea, Brian?
Mauritius. Yeah, Mauritius. I interviewed her, and after we finished our interview, I told her like she needs to be more explosive and show more personality. And I think that's maybe what held it back from making the top 16. Just really pushing that personality. Also, it's such a competitive year. It was a competitive year, so everything counts, and you really got to start to like split straws to see what's wrong with everyone. So I think that, and then Angola, I thought she was going to make it. I thought she did really good. Layla looked very happy with what she was giving. So I was kind of surprised that I didn't see her.
Yeah.
What do we think of the Bahamas?
Come on, come on.
Of all
There's
the
always next year.
did you guys notice of all the intros, everybody girls was like screaming their names? Bahamas,
She was
says,
like the Bahamas.
Bahamas, and she did that side.
Yeah, Bahamas.
Like what was
I
that?
think she
She's
made
like, "Are we
me
done yet?"
you.
Well, you had a selfie with her, right, Brian? Didn't you have a little selfie with all the girls that you met?
No, I don't think I took a picture with her. I took a picture
She
with
was
Kim
in
and
Puerto
Irene.
Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But so
But
we
yeah,
got
definitely excited to see Curacao in another pageant too.
somebody saying she
Very
might
excited.
compete in
Miss Grand, please. Miss Grand.
Grand.
I want to
Great.
see her in Miss
I
Grand, but I don't
prefer
think
to
it's going
see
to be
her
Grand.
in Miss Grand.
I want to see Curacao compete in Supra.
No, in Super.
No, Grand.
No,
Oh my
no,
goodness,
Grand.
Grand.
There's a rumor that she's
Oh.
already
She's been
going
assigned
to
to go
Supra.
to Supra. That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
I think
want to see her in Miss
Rafa's going to
Grand.
be happy then. Rafa, you're going to
the
be happy.
organization only has Miss
All right.
Universe and Miss Grand. They don't have Supra.
Mhm.
What do we think? What do we think in the next few days they will release the interviews of the top 16? Michelle?
They should have done that from the get.
JKN channel.
Yeah, I want to see the interview, the closed door interviews.
I think people will probably, if they haven't
Understand.
seen my interview with Miss USA or Miss Universe now, they will finally be convinced and will know why Armani Gabriel is our Miss Universe when they see that. Yeah.
Okay. Crossing our fingers. I think they should do the Miss Grand style. They should really show the actual closed door interviews to the audience, like live stream it. I mean, to me, that was genius. That was, I don't mind paying, money to watch the interviews because that's the most crucial aspect of any competition is the interviews. you know?
Yeah.
So I think they should do it. So Miss Universe, Khun Anne, even though you might not hear me or what I'm watching at all.
Are you blocked?
Yeah, she blocked me.
It's okay. I'll let her know.
Please. And now that you have a good relationship with a brand agency, by the way, please put in a good word for me. Oh, just tell him, don't mind Rafa. He's just like that. But it's really,
It's just his brand.
Saying, yeah, it's just his character, but he actually loves Miss Universe. Okay, yeah, put in a good word for me, please. All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up because it's been a long day, at least for me. So if you guys have any questions, either late in the comments, please let us know, put them. And please, stop bullying. Yeah, like as if I'm saying that with a lot of sincerity, right?
Wrong person to put that
I'm
message
trying,
out.
I'm trying very hard to follow the direction that Miss Universe is going to. Stop bullying.
Force for good.
Hashtag
Force for good.
kindness campaign, transformation leader, force for good. Yeah, Rafa will be a force for good. Yeah. We have to suck it up a bit, But I think we don't need Miss Universe to be all of those stuff, right? Because we know each one of us is an amazing transformational leader, at least in our community, in our circle of friends. Each of us is an amazing force for good. And as well as you guys who's watching the show, we're all great leaders and forces for good. So yeah, keep it up and the world will be fine. Okay.
Don't knock any of these like creators and pageant content down. Everyone serves a purpose. Everyone has something that they apport to the universe community, that's to the pageant community, and just Rafa's a little bit more controversial, and that's just part of it. You guys are the pageants, that controversy is part of it.
Yeah, that's why that's what I like about life in general, because it's like spice. There's so many spices in life. If you don't like cardamom, then try cinnamon. If you don't like cinnamon, try pepper. If you don't like pepper, try Italian herbs and whatnot. Life is full of variety. If you don't like snowflakes, then don't like it.
And don't watch Peter.
Don't watch Peter, okay? If you want. But that's what life is all about. Life is not meant to be wonderful. If you become a public figure, be ready and be strong to confront all these criticisms, bad or good, but learn something from it. Don't just push them away. Look yourself in front of the mirror and ask yourself, is what Rafa is telling, is actually true? That really reflects my true character? Let me analyze myself. Yeah. It's a learning experience for all of us.
And don't take everything too seriously. Look, my controversy with Titty, what is it? Titty Lavina or whatever. I don't
Tita Lavinia.
Oh.
I'm sure there are a lot of followers
We're
of
gonna love
Tita
this.
Lavinia who's following this, watching the show right now.
Yes.
They're going to report back to her.
Listen,
Brian,
perfect. Yeah, perfect. It's all part of this pageant community, and listen, and when I got into a little controversy, it kind of made me feel some type of way at the start, but then I was like, you know what?
I love that.
Pageant community.
I love that.
This is the
I
pageant
love that.
community. Let's have fun. Well, the greatest thing about this is that we all get to unite, and we get to have so many opinions, so different, just different outlooks on everything. But at the end of the day, we are one universe.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
God.
Yeah,
Where's
Brian
the
will be
crown?
hosting and they'll
Where is
celebrate.
the crown?
Where's your
There you
force
go.
for good crown?
Where's your force for
Exactly.
good crown?
I have the Mickey Moto one, but it's broken, so I won't pull it out.
So did you buy
I
any?
know what you're doing. I know what you're doing there,
Did you
Brian.
guys,
Auditioning
Noemi
already for
and
host.
Brian?
Oh, I
look
love
at that
that crown.
crown. I love George's
Yes.
crown. Oh, love it. Wear it,
Put it
girl.
on.
Woo-hoo.
I
Yes.
love it. You look so great
Cheers.
with that crown.
Well, I have to get a new one now because it changed the design.
Oh,
Force for good.
You know what? I thought I didn't like that crown, but now I like it more than the new one.
Mm.
oh yeah, me
Terrible.
too. That one is much better. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Noemi and Brian, did you get any souvenirs? Did you buy the program book?
No,
It
you
was
buy the
too
bag?
expensive.
it was no.
How much?
$50.
$50 for the program book?
Yeah, it was crazy. But there
That's
was
steep.
something. There was something really nice that they did. They had like this mystery little bag, and it had 3 sashes in it, and it was just like random sashes. Yeah, and it was something really cool that they did. And I hope they do that again. It was kind of cool. And I got USA in one, so I was happy. I think I have it around here.
Okay.
I don't know where it's at. Somewhere.
Right. Okay. Right. What about the bag? Are you going
Yeah,
to
the
go,
Miss
like, put your
Universe
name down for the
bag. The Miss Universe bag right there.
Yeah. The
Background.
They
new
weren't selling it.
Birkin.
The
It's
tote bag.
designed by Tawn. And it's super pretty. In person, it's super, super pretty. I love the black one and the blue one. They're really
Black
pretty.
one. I think when
I
you
just
open
don't
the
like the
bag,
idea.
Yeah, when
I
you
don't
open
like
the
the idea
bag,
of
you-
everybody else wearing it.
yeah, I think when you open the bag, you're gonna hear Anne's voice.
Are you ready?
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for participating in this group chat. I really, really enjoyed our chat. You know, we learned so
My
much from each
pleasure.
other. Brian, thank you so much. Noemi, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming back to us. What
Yes.
you guys have experienced in New Orleans. Without you, I think much of the content of this chat group will be zero. So we definitely wanted for you guys to come here. Too bad Gaspar didn't show up. I know he's probably gonna bitch and complain. How come you didn't invite me? Hello.
And
Did
then
you
he
check
doesn't
your
show up.
messages?
And then he
Check
doesn't
your messages,
exactly.
Send you messages and stuff and everything. So yeah, too bad. Peter, darling, you know I love you, even though you're a snowflake. You know, love you. Sabrina,
Yes.
I know you're undergoing a very difficult crisis in your life, and I wish you nothing
Yes.
but the best.
Yes.
And I think things are looking up for you. I think
Yes.
just keep.
And I
think
think being
positive.
part of the Miss Universe community and like watching the pageant really brought me back to my old self. So it's something very
Yeah.
positive for me.
Yes.
Yes.
So I
Let's
recommend that
not
you watch
discount
all
our
the
heavy
old Miss
metal
Universe
as well.
videos.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've been watching the old ones as well from the 80s on YouTube and all. So it really brought me back to a good time in my life. So
Right.
yeah, so staying positive and like soldiering on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Soldier on, Metal Maiden.
Exactly. And George, the Pageant Empress, thank you so much for joining this group. You know,
Thank
I
you.
can always count on you. You know, from a Thai perspective, it's always great to see your point of view from the Thai perspective. And Hector, of course, my darling, please te quiero, te amo, querido, mi querido amor. Mwah, un beso, un abrazo.
That was very sexual. I feel like we should leave.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Translate. Like, what?
Trans-
Sabrina,
You don't need to
Sabrina.
translate. You
On
get
the
the
bottom.
message. Yeah,
Sabrina.
I love you. So I mean,
Please.
Hector and I have been like friends for so long, got almost 20 years and stuff and everything.
I want to say something to Sabrina. Sabrina, no, whatever is happening right now, receive a big hug from us and a lot
Oh,
of
thank
love.
you.
And all the time believe that everything's happened for a reason. And we're going to pray for you, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I love you guys.
Oh, thank you. And
And
thank
girl.
you to all the Critical Beauty viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to give you all the virtual hug that you guys need, the virtual kisses that you guys need from all of
Don't
us.
hug me. You're not vaccinated.
Yeah, wear a
Oh,
mask.
look, I'm still
Oh,
alive.
you need to see the last video from the president of Pfizer. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No.
So
And this would not be critical beauty if there wasn't some politics involved.
that's
So,
right.
Correct.
That's right. That's right.
Correct.
That's right. So thank you so much for all.
Bye, Peter. I love you, my
viewers.
Peter.
Until what's the next pageant that we're going to discuss? I'm trying to think.
Miss Charm.
Miss
Miss
Charm.
Charm.
Do you guys
Charm, yeah.
are you interested?
Vietnam.
Viewers,
Charm.
are you guys interested about Miss Charm International? Please.
I'm
submit
really
your
curious.
info.
I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I'm really curious.
But there's
when
so
is the
many
pa- when will-
cancellations.
When will the pageant start?
Yeah.
Do we know when?
In February.
February?
Yeah.
Ooh, I better get cranking. I better check out
No,
the
I'm
website.
looking forward to all of us being in Vietnam in person and doing like
Yeah.
a full live.
And if
Yes,
anyone
please,
wants to
yeah.
sponsor me, please contact me in my DM.
To Gaspar, he's rich.
Perfect.
I love it.
Gaspar will be your sugar daddy. Okay.
Perfect. I need one right now. I can't go to all these many pageants.
Get in line, love. Get in line.
All right, so we'll work on it. We're gonna go to Vietnam for Miss Grand International. Hopefully, Nawat will treat us as royalty, so to speak. So,
Yes.
I'm sure he will. Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
They do, from what I've heard.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Okay.
That's wonderful. All right, so have a wonderful good evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night. Good morning. Wherever you are, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
guys.
that.
Follow us,
Thank you.
please. Follow us.
Follow everybody else
support
on
us.
Instagram, social Instagram, and
Yes.
I follow already,
Everything.
George.
bye.
Just George.
Bye.
Bye,
I'll
guys.
follow you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.